Hello. Hi. What's your name?
My name is Mary Beth.
I'm Chip. Nice to meet you, Mary
Hi.
Beth.
Beth.
Yeah.
And my name is Lobo.
Where are you
Hi.
from, Mary Beth?
I'm originally from
She leaves me out.
America,
this-
Boston.
Boston, America.
Yeah.
Mary Beth, we're here to speak up for animals.
Oh,
How do you feel about animals?
I like them.
You like them?
Yeah.
Do you think we should treat animals like objects?
Objects, no. You treat them like a friend or a family member.
I agree with you. Do you think we should force family members into slaughterhouses?
No.
No, but do you think we do that to animals?
No.
No? For example, for the
But-
production of meat, for the production of
Well-
milk, do we force them into slaughterhouses?
That's
Well,
different, right?
I can't really say on that subject.
Why not?
I don't know enough about it.
Well, the animals are still killed for those, right? Like that, at least you know, right?
Yeah.
Do you think?
Can we tell you about it? You want to know
Well,
about it?
I don't want to make any contributions or anything, so and I'm kind of in a hurry, so let's wrap it up.
What do you think is your responsibility for animals being killed?
Again, I don't really have enough info.
Do you buy animal products?
Yes, I buy milk, occasionally chicken, sliced chicken, fish, whatever.
Can
Yeah.
you live without buying these products?
I don't think I could live without buying milk and cheese.
Why not? What would happen?
I would miss it in my coffee. Okay,
Okay.
I gotta go now.
Okay. Do you think that justifies the killing of innocent animals?
Honey, I gotta go.
I mean, you're free to go. It's the
Yeah.
animals who are forced into slaughterhouses for
I
you.
know. Thank you for this. Been a delightful interview.
Delightful.
Bye bye.
Okay.
We
Hello,
got a
bro.
runner.
From the beginning. Okay, let's set it up a little bit so that we have a little bit of
She
space.
had all the time in the world.
Yeah.
And then it was about animals and slaughterhouses. And she was like, I have to run.
Yeah, this is
I
good.
gotta go. I'm
This
in
is
a
good.
hurry.
Too much truth for her.
It started with a runner.
Okay, let's see who is here. Rich Smith is here.
Hey,
Fair game,
Rich
Chip.
Smith.
It took me a while. 130 on the neck of the guy. Hell yeah, Linda. I told you I'll make it harder. Nice, Linda. Appreciate it. Hello, Linda. Hello, Rich. Hello,
Hey,
Martin.
Martin.
Future boy. Future boy. Hello, future boy.
in the
Young
chat.
blood. Young
He is.
blood. Metal vegan all day. JD. A lot of cool people already.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Future boy is here. I love you. Future boy.
Future boy.
Definitely like that. It has a good sound.
That was an interesting way to start.
Oh my God.
She instantly left, didn't she?
Lordy, lordy.
Yeah.
What do you say about it? Like, I totally expected it to happen. You?
I mean, when she said like, you're gonna be live on YouTube, and we said before we started, and she's like, we haven't started yet, we'll start it now, and she's like, well, I don't have time. I was like, I'll start in a second. That kind of says where she's at. Also, like, I like animals. Should we force them into slaughterhouses? Well, I don't know. Come on, you kind of know. What do you mean you don't know?
It's so funny she wanted to run immediately.
Yeah,
I didn't expect this to be a good conversation.
yeah.
So
We're in Amsterdam, everyone.
okay.
Where are you from?
it's good weather. There's
Netherlands.
lovely people here. We're gonna meet some really nice people, I'm sure.
Yeah. We're gonna have some good conversations. We're at a different bridge right now because that bridge was full of awful metal, big metal things with wheels.
It's polluting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 17.
17. Are you with your parents?
I'm a parent.
So I'm live on YouTube.
Oh, hey.
I need her consent and your consent for her that it's okay to be live on YouTube.
Yes. I
What are you
consent.
consenting?
You consent?
I consent.
Okay, I appreciate that. Okay.
It depends on what we're talking about.
Animals.
Animals?
Yeah. Give me a second.
Okay.
You love animals? Appreciate it. We love people.
Animals.
Hi, I'm Lobo.
I'm Riley.
I'm
Riley.
Chip.
It's nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you,
Where are
Riley.
you from?
I'm from Boise, Idaho,
Boise, Idaho.
in the United States.
Is Sohan from Idaho also?
No, it's from Utah.
Utah, okay.
Well,
okay.
that's
No,
where
Ohio, actually.
Ohio, yeah.
that's where my family's from.
Love it.
I've never
So-
been to Idaho.
You wanna do the experiment?
Sure. Yeah, so we're animal rights activists.
Okay.
And so we want to see if we can get people to be kind of on the same page with us.
Okay.
So, first of all, do you like animals?
Yes, I do like animals.
Nice. Yeah, we do too. I mean, otherwise we wouldn't be
Yeah.
animal rights activists, right? So we think that animals should have certain rights. I mean, obviously not the right to vote or to drive a car, right?
Well, yeah.
But like, do you think that animals deserve certain rights?
I feel like it depends on what you're talking about. Like, what rights are you implying?
Body
Yeah.
autonomy.
Oh, so like, not like testing on them and stuff?
Well, the right to decide for their own body. Is that
Oh.
is that so bad? Is that so
No.
too big of a deal?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Right. So like, I don't think we should harm or kill unnecessarily any animals.
Oh, okay, yeah, I agree.
You agree, yeah?
I do agree.
So does that? I mean, it obviously like for most people includes like dogs and cats
Yeah.
and so. Would you agree that we shouldn't unnecessarily hurt dogs
yeah,
and
no,
cats?
they're cute. We shouldn't
Yeah,
test
yeah.
them.
But like, do you think also pigs? We shouldn't be unnecessarily hurting or killing pigs.
Well, I don't know about that one, because I
Oh,
mean,
right.
it is like the cycle, like the food cycle and
Yeah.
like the animal cycle. So
What kind of cycle is that?
I don't know.
Couldn't we say that the same about cats and dogs?
Yeah,
It's
I
a food
guess
cycle.
you can. I guess you can. Yeah.
Would that be
Probably
fair
there.
to other cats and dogs?
No.
No.
So,
do you
but-
yeah, go on.
Like when we said like okay, we should. You agreed that we shouldn't unnecessarily hurt, you know, any animal, right?
Yeah.
And so when we hurt and kill pigs, is that necessary?
No.
Right. So then, do you think the rules should include pigs as well, or should we make an exception
mean-
to pigs? Like say like, oh, yes, we shouldn't unnecessarily hurt or kill animals except pigs,
Yeah.
because we like pigs on our plate. Is that? Do you think we
Yeah,
should
you
do
make
that?
a good point. I think we shouldn't touch any animals.
Yeah, because we
honestly.
don't need to, right?
Yeah.
Do you think we can be healthy without consuming animal products?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think we need to wear leather?
No, I like fake leather.
There you go.
That's what I like.
Do we need to go to zoos?
Well, I mean, some zoos are like saving the animals who are like hurt. I think I support those ones.
Yeah, some zoos they do some generally good things, right? But like,
Yes.
would you say that it's not a good thing to put an animal in a cage for their entire life?
Yeah.
So that's what zoos do. Like, I mean, I understand that some zoos do some good things,
Yeah.
but can you offset something that is bad by doing something good?
It's time to go.
Okay.
Let me give you a card,
Why-
okay?
Oh,
Okay.
because we
Thank you
just-
for stopping by. There's
Thank
a
you.
there's a video here called "The Most Important Speech You'll Ever Hear." It's actually from a U.S. guy who held a speech at the university. Give that a watch so you know what we're talking about, okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. Have a good
No, we
one.
appreciate it,
Cheers.
guys. Have a good
Enjoy
one.
it. She was 17. No point.
Yeah.
You want to have a conversation?
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 14.
You can't be on camera. Unless your parents are here, but I don't think he's your dad, no.
Good trick. Yeah. Good try. I mean, you don't look like his dad.
Guys from
Netherlands?
Here, Amsterdam.
Yeah.
zeg gewoon Nederlands.
Well, I am, but he speaks. He's Dutch, but he doesn't speak Dutch.
I refuse to speak that. I refuse.
But
Yeah, you guys want to have... It's about animals. You want to have a conversation? Yeah. How old are you?
23.
Okay. Are you guys okay being live on YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay. Come in. You want to come? Yeah, somewhere here.
cool. So
We're
I'm
here.
Lobo.
Nice to meet you, Manuel.
I'm Chip.
Nice to meet you.
Santi.
Santi.
I'm Hans.
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 Nice to meet you, Santi. Santi.
And where
Yeah.
are you guys from?
Ireland. I'm from Spain.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
Cool.
And you're visiting here in Amsterdam, like a tourist.
We have a tournament.
Yeah, we have a tournament in volleyball.
In volleyball.
In Rotterdam.
Oh,
yeah.
you're gonna love our experiment then.
Are you good?
Yes. Yes.
Nice. I like
We got
the.
specially invited, so
Yeah, yeah. I
see
mean,
how it rolls.
I guess if you should be good in volleyball if you get invited, right?
So imagine there's a guy on the street right now who's kicking a puppy, and he's doing that for exercise. Would-
Exercise.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
very good exercise.
Yeah.
Okay, okay,
Well, it's good cardio and
good cardio, you
also
know?
sometimes some pumping action. You know.
Yep.
Yeah. Especially with ball. Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
It's like,
So would you try to stop them from doing that, or would you just like walk on by the nothing, or maybe join them? You know, you guys get your pump on.
I mean, in first instance, I'll try to stop,
Yeah.
and I'll ask like, why is she doing that? Like,
And if he says for exercise, which we do need,
we need exercise.
yeah,
Yeah, but why is he kicking the dog?
he's just always done it that way.
Yeah.
That's what his
Good
family.
exercise.
But we need to consider the dog You know, if
Yeah, but we
any
need
groups.
exercise, right? Like.
But there could be like other kinds of exercise. So we
Okay,
can do
okay.
Instead of kicking the dog.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Because
that makes
from
sense.
the other like, perspective, that's just abuse right there.
Yeah, like why
Yeah.
use a dog when you can go
Yeah.
to the gym, right?
But he didn't, like, the dog is not alive. He killed the dog before. Like, he just shot them in the back of the head. The dog did not feel anything, and then he's just using their body.
I mean, it would be a bit disrespectful, but
Then it doesn't
no
matter.
way, but no. Wait, but
Oh.
Would it be bad or good? I don't know. I'm trying to understand.
I mean, at the end,
Does
the dog,
he own
the dog is dead.
though?
Does he own the dog? Yeah, I guess he owns the dog.
the
Yeah.
dog. Yeah,
And it's his.
it's his
If
dog.
it's his dog,
Yeah,
he can
yeah.
do whatever he wants. That's his own right. But in another sense, a different person who's seeing it from the outside who doesn't know the full story.
Would it be right or wrong? Like, if you see somebody killing, if you learn about the story, he's like, he killed the dog and she shot him in the back of the head. Then he started kicking the dog
So
for
The
exercise.
reason that he killed the dog.
Yeah, because
Yeah, it's
he,
just
needed, he
to
wanted a punching bag, and the dog was putting up too much of a fight, you know.
Yeah.
Okay,
So he killed
then,
it.
Then that could be a different story now. That will go towards the authority of, you know, all of us, even pet and human, they all have their own, you know, forbidden biting law. Or
Yeah,
But
but
some
even if it was
rights-
within the law, would it be right according to you? Do you think that it is morally
even
right
if it,
to
like,
do this?
It's legal. Like, let's say.
Even if it's legal, yeah.
Yeah.
Would
If
you
it's
say
legal and
it's
he-
moral to
if
do?
it's
he kills properly. I mean, I wouldn't agree, but who am I to judge?
it's not our business.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but well, who are you to judge? I'm not like asking. Like, obviously, if you see this, what's your instinct telling you? Is it right or is it wrong? Like, is it?
What
What
instance it'll be-
according to you? You know?
According
For
to you,
instinct, it's wrong.
it's wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Do you think that if he did this to eat the dog afterwards, would it change?
To eat the dog?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just like first you use it as a punching bag, and then he eats.
I mean, at least that way it doesn't go like as a waste. I would say.
Yeah.
In
Well,
some
there's some
countries,
But does it make it
countries-
right to you?
To kill the dog so that
Personally, for me,
Maybe-
no, I wouldn't.
Okay, okay.
It wouldn't feel right.
I mean,
I
depends.
don't
Maybe
feel
he,
human at all.
he hasn't eaten weeks,
Yeah, but he can go into the shop and just get something else.
so
right?
he has money. The guy has
He,
money.
yeah, he has money. He has money enough. Right? He can just go into the shop and buy something else. But he wanted to eat his dog.
See, too many variables here.
Yeah, we're trying to narrow it down for you. Like, he has plenty of money. He just felt like eating his dog.
He
It's
has
his
a-
dog.
he
so-
essentially has other viable options.
Yeah.
He has other viable options, but he chooses to do this because he's always done
Yeah,
this.
his friend told him, you know, dog taste amazing. He had a dog in China, and he said like dog taste amazing. And he thought like, you know what, I'm just gonna kill my dog and eat it.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's his choice.
that's his choice. Yeah,
And his
but
own
is
beliefs.
it a moral decision according to you?
Is it a good choice? Yeah.
I mean, it would be the same as having like a cow. At the end, it's the
Yeah.
same.
Yeah. So is
You-
it a
you
good
ra-
choice?
you
Yeah.
raise the
That's
cow,
kind of- yeah.
and if it's legal,
So is it a good choice?
Do you think it's moral?
I mean, I'm just thinking as an animal, it would be like a cow. At the end,
But we're
Yeah.
talking about a dog.
yeah, but cow, dog.
Yeah.
At the end of
That's
the
the
day,
difference.
it
That's
ends.
like farm raised.
Well, let's keep it with the dog just for now.
Okay,
You know,
let's skip the dog.
is it moral to kill the dog? You know, and his dog. He owned this dog, even if it's illegal, just to eat it.
He has his own. Yeah.
I would
he
say
has
it's
his
moral.
own,
It's like
yeah.
a cow. I would say it's like a cow. Like you raise the dog,
Yeah,
give
yeah.
him food, like treat him fairly, and then at the end, like as you said, like shot.
At the end,
he didn't
yeah,
suffer.
no, he created that end, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and you can't really say treating them fairly because if I choose to kill you and I give you a room at a fancy hotel, but then I choose to kill you, I'm not really treating you fairly, right? Because I'm sure I'm giving you a room at a fancy hotel, but then I'm choosing to kill you, right? And I'm not giving you any choice in the matter, also,
Yeah,
right?
But in the
'Cause-
end, we kill you very quickly, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Like the question is like because right you narrowed it down correctly about well if we do it to cows, but that's the question that we're trying to get because you said it's dogs, it's different, and you said that cows, dogs the same, right? So reality is yeah they're the same, but why do we get so upset about dogs when cows deserve to live also?
Find, also dogs like more pleasant, like more friendly, more cute.
Yeah.
You know.
But is that a good reason to treat them so differently? Like dogs, we treat as family members. We give them cookies. We take them to the vet if they're a little bit sick, you know. But if it's a cow, you know, like you know, or pigs or chickens, you know, the way they get treated, like products basically, in factory farms, you know. in mass we kill them. You know, like you have factories where slaughterhouses where they kill 500 chickens an hour. You know, on like a conveyor belt, heads off. You know, put them in crates, break their legs. You don't give a shit about them. You know, just treat them as products, turn them into products. They're like
I'd say
they're not individuals.
We are subjective, no? Instead
Yeah.
of being objective.
But according to you, is it right or is it wrong?
It is subjective, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I asked.
According to you, you know, what are your morals?
And right. I think it's right.
It's right, yeah. We should treat animals as products.
Oh no.
That's what-
no, wait, no, that's what.
Okay. So we shouldn't treat animals as products.
What, are we
Because
talking
that's
about
what-
all, are we talking about all animals?
All animals, yeah. All the ones that have emotions, feelings, who feel, who have an experience of life, like you do, like I do.
And what's the difference between a pig and a dog? You know?
A pig is smarter.
It's nature. Like we need something energy or
Is
like
it-
something.
Dogs can
Is
give
a
you energy
farm
as well.
nature?
Yeah, gives exercise.
But the dog can give you energy as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I can get energy in other.
You can get energy also from killing humans and eating them, right?
I mean, I've not eaten meat in 26 years. You know, I have energy enough.
I'm just like so.
Look at this arm.
So you
know,
can
he's
obviously
vegan.
be healthy on a plant-based diet. You can obviously excel at it. There's several athletes who are outperforming non-vegan athletes, right? And the percentage of performing vegan athletes versus regular population is higher than the percentage of vegan within the population. So that means that you have a higher likelihood to actually outperform if you're vegan.
No, I didn't know that. Interesting.
Yeah,
Same
but
as well.
yeah, but the question is like, even if it were the same, how can we ever justify killing an innocent animal since there is obviously no need for it? Because we can get all our nutritional needs, we can enjoy our food, we can have everything we want and need without killing them, and yet we say, well, that's okay because we want to kill them. Why? I don't know, nature or something. Or what exactly is the motivation behind it?
That's a great question.
That's a really good one. But you know, at the end of the day, you can't change a person's mind until they're being judged.
Until they're being judged?
Yeah.
So should we judge you now so that
You
you can
feel
change your
judged.
mind?
Yeah, I feel being judged.
Yeah, you feel judged, yeah? Why do you feel judged?
Because I had a different viewpoints.
Yeah.
What's your viewpoint?
I think like you know from energy we need something like I'm coming from the scientific kind of thing like but you know
Yeah, we
proteins
too.
and amylase and amino acids.
Yeah, we too, yeah. We like,
Yeah, so
we
you can
like
you can get that from
Yeah.
like we have plenty of scientific evidence showing that you can thrive on a plant-based diet and have as many muscles as possible. Like the largest study was done on 700,000 people on over 30 years, and the outcome was better for the people who were on a plant-based diet. So at the end of the day, again, you have a higher likelihood of better health outcomes.
All
So,
plants contain protein.
But what
and
we're saying
all
is-
the 9 amino acids that are essential to human health
Yeah.
are in all plants. Yeah, so protein deficiency is not a thing amongst vegans. It's a very big myth. I mean, everybody like we talk to a lot of people, and the protein thing keeps coming up, right?
yeah.
But it's really like just
Okay.
it's a myth. Sorry to say.
Maybe
you
now
know?
it depends on the people taste. Maybe they like just the flavor.
Yeah, but let's say that, you know, that's why we started with the puppy experiment, you know, when the guy beating the dog and he says, yeah, I like to do exercise this way, you know. And then you would say, or you said, go to the gym, you know, do it some other way. And so when you say, I want to eat this burger because it tastes so good to me,
Yeah.
and I say, well, go and eat a vegan burger, it tastes good as well. You can get all kinds of taste pleasures, but without hurting animals. Wouldn't that then be more preferable?
yeah, how do you justify violence when there's no need for it? Like how can you say, and not just violence towards defenseless, innocent creatures who did nothing wrong to you, who they just want to exist on their own, who are never going to attack you, never going to harm you. How can you justify saying, well, I want you to have your throat cut. I want your babies to also have your throat cut, you know, because for milk, for cheese, we sexually impregnate them, we take away their babies, we kill them, we kill the males, we rape the women, we rape the men, we do a fuck ton of awful things to them, all of it for something we don't need. How can we justify saying all that without any necessity behind it?
And we're
Like,
not saying that you are justifying that, so you don't need to feel judged. We're not here to judge you.
Yeah.
But we're having this conversation with people because, yeah, we want people to wake up to this reality. We're killing 90 billion land animals each year. That's a fuck ton of animals, you know, and we're killing them for an unnecessary. There's no necessity behind it. Like, and taste pleasure definitely doesn't justify it. I mean, perhaps there are some people somewhere that, you know, they're in this situation that they might need, you know, for their survival they need some animal products. That's fine, you know. But here in 2026 in Ireland, in Spain, in the Netherlands, when you can just go to the supermarket and get a fuck ton of plant-based foods, and you get all the nutrients you need from that, which is scientifically proven, you
And
can look that
cheaper.
up. So what is, like, why do we continue doing this to animals? Why put them through this treatment when it's totally unnecessary?
I don't know what to say.
I don't answer that
Yeah.
still.
But you have a really good point.
What do you guys want to
fair
do going forward? Like, do you just want to go like with what everyone else does and say, like, ignore the problem and say, it's okay, I'll ignore it, I'll just be part of it because everyone else is part of the problem? Or do you actually want to change and do the right thing?
It's like a big change, because for me it will be a big change. Because I've been, you know, in Spain it's like the Mediterranean diet is like always steak, pig.
You can still have the Mediterranean diet on a plant-based diet. Mediterranean diet is anyway like 80-90% plants. Otherwise, you're probably not having the Mediterranean diet. I'm actually not a nutritionist, that's why I say this. So the Mediterranean diet is mostly plants and from time to time some fish. That's it.
And also, like, change, you know, I mean, it would be unrealistic for us to ask you to go vegan on the spot, right? Like, even though that's way more possible than you probably now think. Like, so many people think that it's very hard. It is not, you know, but you're not ready for that. I get that. But, like, can you open your mind to this to this atrocity that's happening, you know?
I could open
We got
And can you then, you know, just maybe do a little bit of research, you know? And he will give you a card. There's a movie there. Watch that movie, you know. Think about it, you know. Talk to your friends. See, do you have any vegan friends or vegetarian friends?
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, so go and talk to them, you know. Ask them, like, why did you go vegan? Is it hard for you? Where do you get your protein? Ask them any question that you want. But, like, you know, this is would you say that this is a big, atrocity that is happening? Yeah, you agree?
I do agree.
Yeah.
It keeps like an open mind to it. Like
Right.
it spreads my knowledge. So we don't know. Even I is eating meat. Like I don't know. Like I just ate it and
You just
don't
do it.
even know.
Yeah, you don't think
the
about it,
risk.
huh?
I don't think about it at all.
Yeah, yeah.
I think there's some people that need to be aware of. They need to keep themselves aware of these kind of issues and the problem and see what's in a different perspective.
Yeah, yeah. So just open your mind a little bit, follow the resource,
Well, thank
talk
you.
to your friends.
All right.
There's a documentary here called The Minion. Can you give that a watch?
Yeah.
I mean,
The Minion, yeah.
Minion.
And do this until you watch it. Don't consume any animal products. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Very cool.
Thanks you.
Maybe
very
you
much.
watch it tonight.
And
Okay.
good luck with the
Thank you.
tournament.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so
Good
much.
luck.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Yeah, they didn't really say a lot, did they?
They got stumped.
They got stumped.
Yeah,
I think
but
next
that's
time we
okay.
need to be like us on one side and them on the other, so that
Yeah.
because then it just felt like we separated them and they couldn't
They couldn't punch up on
unite.
us.
Yeah. No answer, bro. I wasn't even looking at the screen. No answer.
They are gay. Hey, we're called gay.
Fuck yeah. That means we're cool.
We're
Let me put
gay.
on my sunglasses because my
Gay
eyes are
means
hurting
cool on
from.
this channel, by the way.
Yeah.
But in actuality, it's also pretty cool to be gay.
Yeah. Imagine like
I mean, I have some gay. Look at the flag here. It's
I-
the Commodore 64 flag, but
I could actually make the case that being gay is actually cooler than being straight in today's world because it requires courage. You know, there are so many people who are persecuting you for being gay. Therefore, it requires courage to be gay. So,
right. I mean, you're not just.
does it require
one
courage to
of
be
the-
straight? No, it doesn't.
Like,
Oh no, you're the same as everyone else.
Yeah,
oh, it's
yeah.
so difficult.
You're normal.
Yeah,
You're
but your life is so
mainstream.
difficult.
Yeah. Oh. Be gay.
What's the point
Be
of
happy.
this waste of time? Well, we're doing a social experiment. See, we're holding a sign that says, I'm doing a social experiment, come talk to me. To us, we should talk. And what it's saying is we're having conversations with people about animal rights. That's what the point of this is, you know? Getting people
the
to
last
think a little bit.
conversation was good.
Yeah, we get
They
people to
got
think.
stumped.
Yeah.
That's okay.
You claim eating meat is bad. No, we claim
kiss
exploiting,
each other.
abusing, and slaughtering innocent animals is bad.
But you kiss each other.
It's
so you're
bad,
not
but you
kissing
kiss each other, so you are not kissing each other's meat. That's kind of funny.
That's
Wait,
a
what?
funny argument. I've not heard that one yet.
Wait, I saw.
I thought I heard every argument ever, but no, I didn't hear that
Renee
one.
says, but it's 5% more fun to use the dog than the gym equipment. Oh, that's a good one. But I'll try over
Nice.
3 years to convince myself to change maybe a little bit. Someday, not really, but maybe. That's so good,
I'll
Renee.
open my mind a little bit to it. Yeah, very cool.
Thank you, Renee, for the super chat.
That's how it is.
W's for Renee.
Oh yeah, but when we kiss each other, then we kiss each other's meat.
That's what it is.
Usually there's consent when you kiss.
Bumming in public is a crime, by the way. Adam, it sounds like you really want to see us kiss, huh?
Yeah.
Like Adam is kind of into us.
Yeah, maybe he's gay. I mean,
That's okay, Adam.
all
You
these
can be gay.
people, all these people calling us gay.
Yeah, Adam, you can be gay. Like
They're
we
like-
appreciate that.
I guess
told
they're in
you.
the closet. Huh?
Yeah, we're in the channel here. We
Repressed.
appreciate all of that.
I mean, at least we're out here, you know, being gay.
How much in the super chat for you to kiss? Nah, Renee, we're not like that. We're friends. Come on.
Yeah, no.
that's-
I'm not really into it.
yeah. Adam likes tall guys. Convince me to give up eating dogs? Well, I can't. You need to understand. Do you value the experience of others, or do you just care about yourself? It's very simple.
Why do you care about any living being at all? You know? Why would I care about other people?
Are you a couple? It's okay and cool. No, we're friends.
No, we're not a couple.
But it would be okay if we were. It wasn't a real offer, says Renee. Okay. $1 million, Renee. If you give $1 million right now, I'll fucking kiss them. We'll kiss.
For $1 million, I'm
Yeah.
going for it.
Yeah, same.
I'll do a French kiss for $1 million.
Shit, yeah, why not?
I mean, I'd probably even eat ass for $1 million. I don't know. What you? I mean, eating ass is not. Yeah,
I don't know.
for a fucking $1 million. Yeah, I would probably
Maybe,
eat a little
but it's
ass.
got to be clean.
I
It's
would
gotta be
want a
clean,
washed
right?
ass.
Yeah.
Bro. Stop.
The conversation.
I mean, I'm pretty sure 99% of you would eat ass for $1 million.
I mean,
And eating ass is vegan, yeah.
I
for
wouldn't.
sure
I
it is.
wouldn't need to work anymore. I would just do
$1
activism
million
all day
fucking
long.
dollars?
Yeah,
I'd
fuck
eat a
yeah.
little ass.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I would have. I would. You're right. This guy claims to be a vegan weightlifter. You might want to eat some real protein because you look very unhealthy. Oh yeah. Oh no. Oh look how unhealthy I am. I'm not even like a bodybuilder. I'm more like a power lifter in that scenario.
Protein deficiency, though. Like,
Yeah.
if you would eat meat, you would be even, you would be lifting even more.
Yeah, obviously, it's
For
always
sure,
the
yeah.
same. That's why all the
Fuck.
people who eat meat in my gym lift
You'd
less
lift
than me.
5% more, and that's why all those animals gotta die, you know?
Yeah, hit a 1 in the chat if you're vegan, and hit a 2 if you're thinking about being vegan, and hit a 3 if you're if your penis is very small and you know, if it's just
I
very
see some
very
threes
small.
there, 15-3.
Yeah. And type anything else if you're extremely insecure
If you're
about who you are.
closeted homosexual, you can type 4. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that, by the way.
Yeah,
Just
oh,
don't
I
be in
see
the
some
closet.
fours
There's
there.
no sense.
No, come out of the closet for sure.
Yeah, we love you
And
either way.
there's no problem being
Yeah.
homosexual.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, yeah,
Yeah.
just don't be afraid, you know. We'll
Also,
not judge
small
you.
penises are not necessarily a big issue, right? Like, you can use a strap-on today.
Yeah.
There's so many things to go around it.
I mean, if you can eat pussy really well, then you can still satisfy a woman.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. you're
Yeah,
right.
You gotta make up somehow, you know.
Yeah. Or a man. Depends on who you want to
Yeah,
satisfy.
Eat ass, whatever. Yeah.
Or gender neutral. Let's not.
yeah,
be,
or
that's being
a
inclusive.
non-binary.
Yeah, non-binary.
Some type of
Yeah.
sexual organ.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
bo-
let's get some people.
Let's catch some people.
I'm enough dirty talk.
Enough dirty talk, yeah. Foreplay. Yeah. small penis
Keep
better
on
than
track,
a
yeah,
soft
that's true.
one that
That's
won't
true.
go hard. Well, that's the reason why you should go vegan, because your arteries will help you, and therefore you have better erections, huh? Less ApoB, less saturated fat, less clogged arteries means
yeah.
better erections.
Sometimes you meet these people that are so grossly overweight, like especially some from the United States, you know, like.
Well, it's a problem there. It's a
And
real
you meet
problem.
them and you talk about veganism, and I've wanted to say, like, hey man, you know, if you go vegan, like, that's your diet is going to improve so much, your weight is going to go down.
Yeah.
But I usually don't make that argument.
No, I don't know what their situation is. A lot
It's
of these
too
times,
insulting.
and a lot of the times, these are people who are in a poor situation. You know, like we live in Europe, we can walk around wherever we want. In America, people don't really get the luxury to walk around.
Yeah, that's true. I lost
Dandelion
some
gum.
weight though when I went vegan.
All the people making homophobic jokes in the chat are very insecure about their masculinity. Same reason they think they need meat to make them into a man. It's pathetic. Dandelion gum, that's first of all W's in the
Spot
chat for
on.
dandelion gum.
Dandelion gum.
Yeah, and
Dropping some truth bombs.
truth bombs, 100%, man.
That's
like,
it.
I don't get why people are so insecure about, like,
Yeah, so insecure about their sexuality.
who gives a shit? Being gay, not gay. Just as long as it's consensual, it doesn't matter.
Whatever
Just,
makes you happy.
yeah, an orgasm is an orgasm. Why would we care how it comes? As long as it's consensual,
I
again.
don't even care if you marry a horse, and if the horse wants to marry you.
Yeah,
that's
but the
totally
horse
fine.
cannot give consent, right?
No, but like,
yeah,
if somehow the horse consents,
yeah.
you have a happy horse.
Yeah, I understand the sentiment what you're saying. Like we shouldn't really care. Like
I
if
don't
you,
care. Like,
if you want to marry a box, for example, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a box is just an object, and you want to, you know, have sex with that box. That's all fine. We don't care.
totally fine.
Yeah,
Do whatever you want. Just don't hurt anybody.
exactly.
Yeah.
Experience life without violating the rights of others. That's what we're all about.
Yeah, it's not like a very hard philosophical debate that we're having.
Somebody said idiot vegans. And didn't you read the title? It's called High IQ
yeah,
Vegans.
we're very high IQ vegans.
Yeah, high IQ vegans. Yeah.
We're in Mensa.
Mensa. These cars, fucking cars. They, I fucking hate cars, man. Swear to God, cars in Amsterdam.
You
I
really,
hate-
truly hate cars.
I hate cars so much, man.
Did you own a car?
I
You
did.
own a
I
car.
did. I used to like cars, but now I realize just how awful they are.
Hmm.
There's just like big chunks of metal and always in the way.
Yeah, it's
I'm
because
sorry.
this country or this city especially is so it's getting rid of cars so much, right? So
Yeah.
then it becomes more obvious when they're there.
Amsterdam is really not made for cars, right? Like it's
True, yeah. Especially the canal belts. It's like, what the fuck are you doing here with a car? You know, unless you're delivering something. I mean, that's totally fine. There's shops here. I'm totally fine with that.
yeah.
But like, otherwise, you shouldn't be here with a car, for sure. So, what inanimate object would you marry then? If you
Marry?
yeah, if you'd marry an inanimate object.
Mary.
Yeah,
okay.
you get one choice, and you'll be
The-
married for the rest of your life.
Does it have
until
to-
death do you part, which
Does-
means death on your part.
Does it have to be like also with the sexual part of it, or can it also be without?
Yeah, no, there has to be. I mean.
Oh,
yeah,
okay, okay.
For sure, yeah. You have to do the
Okay.
deed.
You wanna have a conversation? Let me see, what object? I guess my computer would make the most sense,
I was thinking the same thing.
right? Yeah. But I don't know how you could have sex with a computer though.
Well, you could watch porn.
Yeah, but that's not really
Is
having.
that? It's not. Yeah. Is the computer then also having sex with you? You know?
Yeah. I mean, I have an idea, but I'm not gonna say it live. How you could do it?
It gets too dirty again, huh?
Yeah. I have a pretty good imagination for this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'd probably marry my computer as well.
Here comes the other thing. You'd hurt yourself, says Linda. Yeah, Linda. I mean, there's a lid that closes, you know? You just have to keep it halfway, and then Bob's your uncle. God, that's bad. I gotta put on some sunscreen. Do you want some sunscreen? Until
Yes, actually. You know, but if you marry a computer and it'll be the rest of your life, you should marry a computer that is for all ages, you know, because at some point that computer is going to go out of out of life, or like there will be no more updates and so on. Like if you get like a MacBook or so,
Yeah, but like
you're gonna be married in it when it's 2050. You know, you still have to be running some super old version.
well, I have the M1 Pro, by the way, and it's like I'm surprised by how after years it's still going strong.
Yeah, but in 20 years it'll
4
be
years maybe.
an old piece of crap.
In 20 years. Yeah, but then you get a divorce.
You get a divorce now, or you get a Commodore 64, right? Like it's already old, but
We have proud
Still a cool
non-vegan
computer.
gay. We have proud non-vegan gays in the chat. Imagine using the same logic that threw gay people into concentration camps and passing it on to others, using irrelevant traits to discriminate sentient beings. Yeah, that's a great point, Renee. I think that's the thing about it, that people don't really understand, that injustice, one place is injustice everywhere. They don't really get this idea, right? Like they're like, well, you have to keep it like, wait, you wanna?
oh, you still found some.
Yeah, yeah. It's you gotta know the technique.
The technique.
But it's nearly done, yeah. Luckily, I bought last year like 4 bottles of sunscreen, so I'll have some more.
Hello.
Hello.
You want to have a conversation
About what?
Animals.
about animals?
Okay.
Yeah, we're animal
We are
rights
live on
activists.
YouTube, though. Are you okay being live on YouTube?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Cool. So yeah, we're animal rights activists. I'm from Amsterdam, Lobo.
I'm from the U.S.
From the U.S. Where in the U.S.?
Arizona.
I'm Chip, by the way.
Riley.
Riley, nice to meet you.
Right.
Oh, we actually talked to another Riley earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
What brings you to do Amsterdam?
We're just touring Europe.
Cool.
My friend lives here, so not in Amsterdam, in Spain, but so we're just hopping around.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. So we're doing this experiment where we're asking people, because we're animal rights activists, and we're asking people, what would you do in a situation where you see somebody on the street kicking a dog, kicking a dead dog specifically? They're just kicking a dead dog. Would you try to stop them? Would you walk on by the nothing, or would you try to join them?
I would try to stop them.
Yeah, we appreciate that. And if when you're going there to stop them, the person is telling you, wait, I'm doing it for exercise, and I give them a good life, I just kill them quickly and painlessly, like maybe shot them in the back of the head. Would you find any of that right, or would you say, okay, then do your thing, or would you be like, no, stop?
No, well, why do you need to kick a dog for exercise? Like, go for a jog.
It was just
Like,
always
would
done
just-
it that way. Like it's part of his family tradition.
need
He's always
exercise, right?
yeah. We need to exercise, and that's just how his family always exercised. They brought dogs into existence, kept them for a year, fed them nicely, and then shot them in the back of the head and used them as punching bags.
Yeah, no, that's still wrong to me.
That's wrong. Okay. Do you think it would be wrong if they did that to other animals, or is it just dogs? Like cats, maybe like dolphins?
Yeah, I mean, I think like across the board, it's wrong.
Yeah. Do you think that, and I'm just gonna shift gears a little bit, do you think that then if he chose to eat them afterwards, would it be okay?
No, but ironically, I don't eat meat.
You don't eat meat?
I don't.
Why not?
Just kind of a personal choice since I was a kid. I've never really liked the idea of it.
Is it in regards to animals, or is it in regards to the taste of it? Is it
Yeah.
like, what is it?
Yeah, it's an animal thing.
It's an animal thing.
When we were younger, like in the U.S., they teach you like in history class, you learn about like the like food service acts, and part of that is like learning about slaughterhouses and like kind of the background of
Right.
them.
Yeah.
And
Did they show you that some footage in high school or something like that?
you learn about it because they teach you about like food safety and how like laws were enacted in terms of like keeping things like refrigerated and things like that. But in that you learn about kind of the process behind it, and I didn't really love it.
Oh, nice.
So yeah,
You
I haven't
saw
eaten
that,
meat
didn't
most
you?
of my life. Yeah.
Do you know
Good.
about dairy cows though? Like I'm assuming you eat some cheese or milk or dairy products?
I eat very few dairy products,
Yeah.
but no, I haven't really looked into it a ton.
So why do you think cows produce milk?
What do you think? What?
Why do cows produce milk? Like what's
After
the...
they have babies.
Yeah, exactly. Bravo. You're smarter than me. I took me a long. I just thought they eat grass and produce milk, but no, you're right. They have to have babies. Do you think farmers impregnate them, or do you think they get pregnant when they want to?
Oh, I would assume that they probably impregnate them to produce more milk.
Yeah. That's the one thing. Yeah, farmers impregnate them so that they Because a cow would just get pregnant 3 times in their lifetime, but they have to impregnate them at least 6 times so that they get something out of them. And that's true. You're right. I would think that's unfair. Do you think that's unfair to impregnate
Yeah,
an animal against their will?
I wouldn't want that done to me.
I love
Completely
how
agree.
you're reflecting onto yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I
Yeah.
think about it. Like with
Yeah.
animals, it's their beings.
Right. So why not put yourself in their shoes, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. When the babies are born, they get separated from their mothers. Do you know why they do that? If the baby stays with their mother, they would drink the milk, so they need to get as much milk as they want. And then maybe if there's like on some farms, they give some of the milk back, but most of the times they just give them formula.
Oh, okay, that's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah.
So what do they feed the babies?
Yeah, just formula most of the times.
Yeah.
The males, they don't produce milk. So if a baby's born male, what do you think happens to them?
They probably get raised for slaughter.
Yeah, either raised for slaughter or killed directly and sold as veal. That's where veal comes
Okay.
from.
Yeah.
And if the females they stay separated from their mothers up until they can get pregnant, then they impregnate them repeatedly every year. Same cycle. Babies taken, exploited for their milk, and when their milk production declines around the age of 6, they get killed. And cows can live 24 years. Do you think that's fair? That they
No,
kill
I
them with a
actually didn't know
fresh?
they lived that long though.
Yeah, they live
can live that long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's been even longer, right? Like 24 years somewhere in the middle. There's
Right.
been cows who lived even 29, 30 years. But yeah, like, do you think that it's fair to treat animals this way for things you don't need?
No.
And I appreciate that you do it rarely, but do you think that even when you do it that 1 time per month, let's imagine that
Yeah.
you're still demanding this to happen to them?
Yeah. No. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh my God, you're so. I love it.
No. Yeah. That's.
Well,
I
what do you
mean,
think you should do then
Every
about it? Because you
conversation
don't
should
agree.
go this way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, honestly, like, I don't think that it would be that hard for me, per se, to cut it out completely, just because it's so seldom now.
Yeah.
But I mean, a lot of the time, I don't drink milk. I mean, I know obviously, like, animal product, like milk goes into cheese, but
Yeah.
yeah. No. I mean,
Have you ever thought about going vegan? And
I've not. I do have a friend that's vegan though.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So vegan, by the way.
Close friends. So typically,
Oh.
when we go out to eat, I eat vegan just because it's easy for both of us.
So just to be clear, being vegan is to animals what being a feminist is to women. It means
Yeah.
respecting their rights, right?
Yeah.
As a consequence, you're not going to eat them with their flesh, their body secretions, because of all the shit that happens for them, right? There's no consent. The animal never consented to having this happen to them. If they ever consented, I wouldn't have a problem with it, but there's no such thing as consent in that situation.
Yeah.
So, so because a lot of people, when they adopt a plant-based diet, they do it for health or other reasons or environment. But it's easy to dismiss 1 or 2 situations when it comes to health and environment, right?
Yeah.
But when it comes to the actual animals, the specific rights, every time you choose one animal product, you demand that an animal gets put in this position.
Yeah.
So that's like, as you just said, like, I like that you put yourself in the shoes of the animal. If you were in the shoes of the animal, would you find any solstice if they said, well, you're the only one who I'm exploiting?
Yeah. Yeah. No.
You would still want that to not happen to
Yeah.
you, right?
No, absolutely.
Exactly. That's amazing.
Nice. Well, it's very, it's rare for us to meet people like you.
Yeah. I don't know very
get a-
many people.
Yeah, we get
Yeah.
a lot of brag pressure, and
Yeah.
we've heard every argument under
Yeah,
the sun. Where
I'm
do you
sure.
get your protein? It's the
Yeah.
cycle of
Oh,
life.
that is the first question. And I'm sure, like, as a
Yeah.
vegan as well, but even just as a vegetarian, you tell people, oh, I don't eat meat. And that's how do you get your
Where
protein?
do you get your protein from?
The immediate next question.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really not that hard anymore.
It's not.
When I was young, it was tough, especially in the States. Like, I don't know how it was. If you guys are from here, but I don't know how it
Yeah.
was in the Netherlands. But
I've been vegetarian. I was vegetarian before I was vegan, and now
Same.
for 20 years, well, 26 years ago, I became vegetarian.
okay,
And it was easy back then, even.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was
At
a
least
little
here,
bit
yeah.
tougher in the States years ago, especially like eating out. Now, it's
I guess,
so
yeah.
easy.
Where in the
It's
U.S.
so
do you
easy.
live, by the way?
Arizona.
Arizona.
We're in Arizona.
I've been to Arizona, yeah.
Yeah.
Which it was like a city in Arizona? or-
Yeah, like the Phoenix area.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Oh,
saw.
so that's like a big city.
Yeah,
right?
it's huge,
So there's
yeah.
probably
It's
lots of
huge, yeah.
choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like-
so
I
it
mean,
is-
it's probably different if you're from some village.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I kid you not, I saw a street in Arizona that was as wide as this, from this canal to that canal.
Yeah.
It's just cars.
Yeah.
Insane.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that was one of our freeways.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
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 That was probably the I-10. If you were in the city.
I saw a person with a gun in Arizona and Phoenix.
Yeah.
I saw a person like just having a gun in the holster.
You can carry.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm like, I got out of the car to go into a store. I see this person with a gun going to the store. I'm like, nope, let's go to another store.
Yeah,
And my
it's-
friend was from the US and he was like, what's going on, man? It's like, this guy has a gun. It's like, that's okay, you can carry. No, man, this guy has a gun. Let's just move away.
It's freaky if you're not used to it.
Yeah,
A lot of people
yeah.
just walk around that
Yeah,
way. But
that was really freaky to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, one final question. Appreciate the open-mindedness. How many more animals should be exploited for you going forward?
I think none.
Vegan from now on? Let me give you some resources to help you.
Here in Amsterdam, while you're here, give her a map of Amsterdam.
That's what I want, yeah.
There's so many vegan restaurants here.
This is fully vegan restaurants that you have.
wow, okay.
There's vegan options everywhere.
There were a lot when I was looking at food.
Yeah.
There were a ton that were like advertised as vegan restaurants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're really good also. They're very high quality. most
I
of them.
recommend vegan sushi bar. There's one here, there's one here. They're very, very, like if you like sushi, they're just the best sushi.
Here,
you can eat.
Madre is very, very good Mexican food.
Why did you class it as junk food though?
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have.
Is it?
It's not really junk food. I said
No.
semi-healthy.
Oh, it's amazing. Madrid, like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
atmosphere, all of it is just a brilliant
it's a good
restaurant.
place.
If you want a good place to try that.
Sweet.
This one also nice. Bloom here. Very.
Okay.
That's a very cool place actually.
Okay.
Not too many tourists.
All right.
I'll give you a card also. You have here, you have my YouTube channel. You have Challenge 22.
Okay.
If you need help, like maybe which vitamins to take or how to complete your nutrition,
Yeah.
you can just subscribe to it for free. They hook you up with a dietitian. They send you recipes. They help you out with everything in it.
Okay.
I want to give you a final message because we
Let's
really
hear it.
don't need too many people like you. So that also means that, to me at least, it means that you have some responsibility now because you're gonna be around a lot of people who just want to continue doing what they're doing. And it would be great if ever you get into kind of some situation where you get to speak up about the animals, like it's just the right time, the right place. You think like now, if I would say something about the animals, it would be like I would have a strong message. Then do that, you know, because the animals really they don't have a voice, and it's a big issue, you know. It's like,
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
look at the scale of suffering, nothing beats it at this moment.
Yeah.
Right? Not even all the wars that's going on, at least not from my perspective. So yeah, if you get the opportunity, speak up.
All right. Well, it was awesome to talk to you guys.
And be proud to be vegan. Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Riley.
Nice to meet you
Nice
too.
to meet
Have a
you.
good time in Amsterdam.
Bye bye.
Cheers. Bye. She was really cool.
Very cool.
Yeah. Ah, damn it. When
More
you meet
people like her. More Rileys.
when you meet an open-minded American, it's just something special, man. It's just something special about them. I love
Lots
them.
of open-minded Americans.
I love Americans. I freaking love them, man.
Lots of close-minded ones as well.
Well, it's like everywhere, really. I haven't seen the percentage be any different, to be honest. Kind of seen the same crazy shit everywhere.
No, there's not. I don't see any correlations as well. Man.
She was so open and so non-defensive. She didn't become defensive at all with anything. She's just like, yeah.
And it's very cool because she was in high school and they showed her some educational footage, and usually that footage is very clean. You know, it's, they know not to make it as bloody as it truly is. You know, so but even the clean footage is just like she just looked at it and was like, fuck no, you know. And she made the choice to go vegetarian, which is very brave, you know, and it means that you're going against the mainstream. Everybody just continues doing what they're doing,
Yeah.
even though most people would agree that it's fucking horrible what we do to animals. So she's a brave person, you know. She should be proud of herself.
These guys both suck meat. Don't let them fool you. I mean, we do look very good. That's true. Look at this muscle, man.
Suck meat.
Yeah.
I suck it, but then I spit it out.
Bro, I had such a good session today at the gym. Like my sessions have been getting better and better in the gym.
yeah?
Yeah, and my weight, I've been tracking my weight, my blood pressure. My blood pressure dropped because I was eating a bit too much salt.
Are you still in the 1,000-pound club, actually?
Yeah, of course I am. I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
What's your deadlift right now?
Deadlift is, I don't know. I think it's still 190. I haven't
190 kg.
Yeah, I haven't tried anything else yet. But my squat has gotten way better. So Yeah, my like because I had an injury in my right elbow here, I couldn't really do bench press a lot, so I just did a lot of squats. And my squat has gotten really, really good. Like today I did 130 kg for 3 reps, which is pretty fucking good for me, and I could have done another, so
Wow,
it's pretty good. Felt pretty good.
very cool. You're always pushing it, right? Because
Yeah.
I remember you said at some point you had 180 kg deadlift, so but
Yeah.
the number is always seems to be going up.
So before going vegan, I remember specifically I had the 130 kg, 1 rep max deadlift, and now it's 180. No, now it's 190, and I'm like, come on, bro, you can't. Like I built 10 kilograms of muscle directly on the plant-based diet. Like it was so easy.
Yeah, but
Maybe
it's also
12.
it's just so ridiculous that you can't build muscles. You know, like
It's
what
a
do you
stupid
think
claim.
gorillas eat? You know, like they're fucking huge. Like they have the biggest muscles of any animal. I'm not sure if that's true actually, but like they've got some pretty big muscles, and they're herbivores mostly.
Meat is healthy. Well,
Meat
you
is
can be
healthy,
healthy without
yeah.
meat. That's what matters.
Punching a dog and kicking a dog is healthy. It's
Yeah.
good exercise.
Yeah, you can be healthy and violent at the same time. Doesn't mean you should be violent. That's what
Right.
we're saying, right?
What if you can be
health-
healthy and you know non-violent?
Exactly. If you can be healthy without violence, why choose the violent
Yeah,
one?
right. That's all there is to it.
Oh my God, I'm such a big fan. Please sign my PFP. Okay.
PFP.
Yeah,
What
it's
is
like
that?
personal photo, like the
Oh.
that's their account photo.
Yeah.
I don't know what it stands for. I think it's
Well,
that.
Chip is a very cool guy. I
Pers-
mean,
personal profile photo.
he's a good friend, but like also
Yeah.
like I tell you off camera, he's very cool. He's a very good friend. He'll show up for you day and night, and he's smart and he has some ideas.
Smart,
you know,
yeah.
like yeah.
High IQ.
High IQ.
High IQ vegans. High IQ.
Yeah. Somebody got triggered already?
I automatically
it's not.
don't trust anyone that
No.
describes themselves as high IQ. I'm also sure I saw one of you try and take a drunk girl home. Bro, I don't think I've interacted with a girl other than friends and people I talk to on the street who you see because I'm always live.
We're high IQ enough to got you clickbaited into the stream.
Well, I'm actually high IQ by default. I'm not lying. Like whenever I do my IQ, it's high. So I don't.
Honestly, yeah, mine is pretty high as well.
Not that it matters. Not
Yeah,
that
not
high
that it
IQ is
matters.
like matters that much. I don't even know why that's an indicator for intelligence, but yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
What
it's
the IQ is
objectively
like.
true.
Some people have a high. I mean, you
Vegan
can't be
brains are
prouder.
shrinking day by day. Source, trust me, bro.
Yeah.
Trust me, bro.
Trust me.
He's doing something we don't like. He's making me feel guilty. Therefore, his brain is shrinking.
Right.
Congrats. Nonsense.
Human are animals. That's true.
Evolved to eat meat. No, we didn't evolve to eat meat. Nope. That is factually false. When your evolution does not have teleology, what we did is we had natural selection, and through natural selection we had the capability to eat meat. But just because we have the capability to eat meat doesn't mean we have the purpose, or that there's any purpose or reason we should do it. Because at the end of the day, there's violence behind it. So yeah.
I don't even care what we're evolved to do.
But there's no evolution to it.
If there's no point, if there's no necessity to do it, why do it? You know?
But this whole idea of we evolved to, there's no such thing. We were naturally selected. There's no evolved to.
No,
There's no
no.
teleology to evolution.
What do you mean with that?
Teleology means like it's like the study of reason, of like purpose and
Yeah, no.
meaning and all this kind of
Yeah,
shit,
right. Evolution doesn't have like a preconceived idea of like you're gonna evolve these guys
Yeah,
to do this
no.
or something like that.
Everything we evolved because of natural selection. We had random mutations, and then we were naturally selected. That's
I
it.
guess we were apes and we were herbivores.
We're
and
still
then
apes.
At some point, yeah, we're still apes. But we came down from the trees into the savannah. We started to hunt. We started to cook, and we ate meat. Yeah.
Well,
and now we're in cities and we have infrastructure and the world has changed, and we don't need to anymore. And we have nutritional science showing us, with an overwhelming majority of science showing us that we can be healthy on a plant-based diet. So 100 million people are doing that, and more than 1 billion people are vegetarian, not eating meat ever. and they're totally fine. And we have large-scale studies of, 700,000 people
Yeah.
over 30 years, tracking them, seeing good health
700,000
outcomes.
people. Yeah.
All low cost, all cause mortality lower amongst vegans.
Yeah, they lived 6% longer on average, vegans.
Yeah, you can see that also in the Seventh-day Adventist study where
Yeah.
these people,
That's a really good one, yeah.
you have a group of people, all of them kind of living the same lifestyle, but some of them eating meat, some of them being vegetarian, and some of them being vegan. And then you look at the health outcomes, and the vegans did best. And of course, vegan diet isn't perfect as well. You need to take care of some things, but you can take care of those things.
Actually, I saw a study recently, very interesting. Actually, all diets, whether you're vegan or non-vegan, you're prone to certain vitamins deficiencies. So whatever, vegan, vegetarian, or omnivore, they did a study, and they, on average, every diet is prone to certain deficiencies.
Of course, yeah.
And but
Yeah, of course.
what they find is that you can easily just supplement anything you
Right.
need with whatever diet you need.
No diet is ever going to contain all the nutrients you need all the time.
Yeah, you have to be careful. You have to. A diet if you want to be healthy, it requires some attention. So let's not put unreal expectations out of a plant-based diet simply because you want to be like, oh well, I can eat whatever I want. If you eat whatever you want on a animal-based diet, you may again end up having deficiencies, as is shown by data. And if you eat plant-based diet without thinking about it, you may end up having different deficiencies, as is shown by the data. So
Yeah.
deficiencies are widely available across any form of diet you engage in. If you're just going to be like, well, I'm just going to eat whatever I want. But honestly, like if you just take a multivitamin and then eat whatever you want, which is kind of what I do, I don't think
You're
you'll have
mostly
any issues.
good, yeah.
One big one that is for omnivore was magnesium. They tend to eat lower. They tend to eat lower in magnesium.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Fiber is also a big problem.
Fiber was the biggest one. Yeah.
Vitamin D also, most people, at least in
Vitamin D
northern
also, yeah.
hemisphere, are deficient in that. Yeah, so if you don't take care of your nutrients, you're gonna be deficient in something. So no diet is perfect. So that's why you need to think about it. Even like I think it's well known also with vegan diets.
You guys want to have a
is,
conversation?
People have a bit more bone fractures, so you got to take care of your calcium.
Yeah. Oh, calcium was
Nowadays-
a big one. Calcium was a big one across all. Calcium was the one that was across absolutely all the diets. All the diets had the deficiency of calcium, all of them.
Yeah. But nowadays they fortify, like at least the soy milk that I buy, and I think most soy milks that are even in the store today are fortified with calcium.
Yeah.
So the amount of calcium that you find in a liter of soy milk is exactly the same.
Tofu is also
as that
fortified
you-
with calcium. Yeah.
Oh, it's fortified with? I
Yeah.
just thought it was naturally high in
No, tofu,
calcium.
not fortified. It's
Iron
it's,
and potassium it also has,
It's
right?
it's I think it's finished. I forgot how it's called. It's not fortified. It's a different thing. It's
right.
It's in the
Hello.
method of
What's your
production.
TikTok account? He's questioning.
I'm on YouTube. Do you want to have a conversation?
YouTube. No, I'm in a rush. But what's? Can we look it up?
That's Chip Guy.
That?
Chip Guy.
Chip guy. Thank you. Good
Okay,
luck.
bye.
Thank you. You want to have a conversation?
Yeah, sure.
Are you okay being
Alright.
live on YouTube?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Okay. Okay.
I'm actually doing something for a good cause, so
Oh, what's
maybe it can be a win-win.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
sure.
amazing. Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm
You want to come
walking
here
around.
so that you're in view?
Yeah, sure. I've been walking around the Netherlands since last Monday to collect money for a good cause. It's a foundation called No Guts, No Glory, and they're realizing musical wishes for people who have to deal with cancer.
Oh, that's
Oh,
amazing.
And there's an action week now by a Dutch radio station called Kink, Alternative Rock Radio.
Yeah.
Oh, I
And
know
they're working
Kink, yeah.
together this week, so
Cool.
you can Kink.
That's
you know
very
Kink.
cool. Yeah, I know King.
Yeah.
I never listen to the radio, to be honest. But
A lot of people don't anymore, so.
I like your approach. It says my brain is 99%
Absolutely, yeah.
some lyrics. I like that. I can relate to
ADHD,
that. I love it.
And
What-
when you say you walk around the Netherlands, are you making a sort of tour or something?
I was
like that?
going to do a complete tour because they've done this before, and then they ended on the Friday in Eindhoven
Okay.
at the Effenaar. So I
Oh, I know
actually
that.
was planning to start in Amsterdam because that's where the foundation's headquarters is.
Okay.
And then walk to Eindhoven in 5 days. But because they changed the planning, I changed my planning too. So I've been here on Monday because they started here at headquarters. Then on Tuesday, I've been walking from my home in Dinteloord. That's in Brabant.
Yeah.
I've been walking to Berg op Zoom.
Oh, nice.
And then they had like a benefit show at Gebouw T. That's like a pop podium there. And on Wednesday, we've been doing Leiden through Woerden and Utrecht. And now I come from Hilversum.
Wow.
So I've stopped at Hilversum, that's where the studio is. And now I'm here back in Amsterdam.
Where are you from, by the way? Are you Dutch?
Yeah, I am Dutch. Yeah.
Your English is very good.
I know. Thank you very
don't
much.
have you don't have the Dutch English. You
Took
have
me
the,
a while as well.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was like, oh, she's Dutch.
She's
but, like,
pronouncing Dutch so well and English also really well.
Thank you
That's
so
good.
much.
What's your name, by the way? I'm Chip.
I'm Angie.
Angie, nice
Nice
to
to
meet you. I
meet
think
you.
we did we
I'm
already
Angie.
shake? I don't know. Okay.
So what are you guys doing here?
So Angie, we're animal rights activists. We're here to
Okay.
speak up for animals. Do you like animals?
Absolutely, I have animals, yeah.
I appreciate it. What animals do you have?
We have 3 cats at home, 2 Bengals and 1 ordinary cat.
Yeah.
And then I have a couple of birds. I used to have a lot of them.
Cats and birds. That's
yeah,
a combination.
Yeah, not together in that way, although
Okay.
one of the birds I have inside and it coexists with the cats in a normal way.
Okay.
That bird is big enough for the cats to know, don't touch it, that beak. If she bites,
You call
gonna
your
hurt
bird a it, or because I just
I'm
noticed.
not entirely sure if it's a he or a she.
Oh,
That's the
really?
thing. That-
Okay, okay.
I've- mostly we call it a her. I've had
okay.
her for about, I think, 16 or 17 years now. And for some birds, you can definitely see which one is male and which one is female. But for a lot of birds, you really have to do DNA testing.
Oh, it's
Like,
that's
I'm not
that
going to just
hard, huh?
poke my bird to know if it's a he or a she.
course, yeah,
we
yeah.
called her Mika.
Yeah.
So that could be for boy or a girl. And
Who gives a
the
shit
rest.
anyway?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
especially nowadays with all the gender fluidness.
Right, you can just call them they, them, or something.
Yeah.
Did you notice that they have maybe a personality of their own? Like they have their own wills
Oh,
and wants and
absolutely,
needs?
yeah.
Do you think that applies to all animals?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, we're animals as well.
Yeah.
We tend to forget it a lot, and we tend to neglect our nature, but we're all animals.
Do you think we
So-
should respect their interest in that matter because they have interest of their own? Do you think we should respect
I
that
think in a
interest?
way we do, but
Yeah.
the difficulty is knowing, what do they want? Because I think as humans, we always tend to fill stuff in
Yeah.
and get really rational about it. And for animals, it's just, we're kind of in a do mode, and they're just being. And they're acting on their instincts, and it's just a matter of survival and being who they are, what they are.
But faced with the choice between, let's say, oppressing an innocent animal or not oppressing them, which one would you choose?
Oh, I would definitely not oppress them
Okay. Do you think
as
that?
far as I can.
And I'm not trying to gotcha with this one, right? I just want to establish some values that you have, and you do have amazing values. But do you think, for example, that when we choose to buy food, clothing, or stuff like that, if we're buying animal products, maybe leather, maybe we buy cosmetics that were tested on animals, or maybe we buy meat, eggs, honey, all of
Dairy.
these, dairy. When we buy these products, do you think that animals are oppressed for the production of these products?
I think in a sense they are, especially when it comes from the supermarket.
Yeah.
I tend to, because I don't live in a big city, so I can go visit a farmer, and if I want to have like dairy or eggs or meat, I can go to a farm, especially for that. So that does kind of give me a better feeling because I tend to have the idea that I know more about how the animals are being treated. I think one of the biggest problems is overconsumption
Well, wait a minute, because
in the
farming
entirety of animal products.
isn't
as well.
farming inherently oppressive to animals? Whatever kind of farming it is, because farming involves, we control the breeding process, we control the kill process, the death process, right? So that means we bring them into existence and we kill them.
Yeah.
And all this without caring about their interests, right? Because we kill them even if they, I want to see what tomorrow's like. No, we killed you today because we want to kill you today. I don't want to have a baby right now. No, we need to impregnate you so that you have a baby, so that we can make milk from you. I want to be with my baby. No, we take away your baby because we want the milk, right? All this kind of stuff we do to animals
That happens in every dairy farm.
in every dairy
Yeah.
farm.
Every dairy farm, every dairy cow gets killed when the milk production declines. In every dairy farm, the children that they have get taken away from them.
Yeah.
In every dairy farm, every dairy cow gets artificially impregnated by the farmer against their will. I mean,
Yeah.
there's no consent there. And so, in every dairy farm, they get born. That if they're males, that they get born in male, they get sent to the veal industry. They get sent to be fattened and slaughtered. So, do you think, even if that is done locally and in a small farm, do you think that is not oppressive to animals?
In a way, it always is.
Right.
But I am choosing to make small steps in getting towards a lifestyle where, because I'm 44. And the first like 20 years of my life, everything that I heard and that I was taught, I just assumed that that was the truth. You know, it always takes a while before you get to a point where you start thinking for yourself and being critical about things. And to be honest, I'm struggling with my mental health, among other things. So, you know, it's always kind of the balance between, you know, what's society doing, what am I doing, how am I standing out, how am I making my choices, and I'm trying to take little steps, and I do know there's a lot of shit out there, if I may say so. I used to be active for Kids for Animals when I was younger, so, you know, there's a little bit of that activism inside.
Do you think you should be vegan?
I'm not sure. I just, simply because, you know, from one point I would say yeah. From the other point, I'm thinking, what are we made for, biologically speaking?
We're not made for anything. We just, I was just explaining to the chat the same thing.
We just had this discussion.
It's a natural selection.
I don't know.
No,
you know,
it's a good
it's not a
point.
matter of I think I know better, but it's just I've never really been that deep into it to know what's right, because, you know, with a lot of stuff, if you look at now here in the Netherlands, the schijf van 5, they've been changing that, and I'm well, is that based on science, or is that more like going towards the climate goals and more political, and things change so much. It's really hard to keep up with what's the truth and what's right, you know.
But when I asked you if you had the option between oppressing or not oppressing an animal, you said obviously choose the one that doesn't oppress the animal, and you're always faced with that choice 3 times a day, right? And
I think even more than that, yeah.
Outside of this step-by-step situation that you're saying, when I ask you if you should be vegan, I'm actually merely asking about the destination where you should be at, because being vegan just means every single time you're faced with this choice, you choose the one that doesn't oppress an animal.
Yeah.
That's what being vegan means, right? When I have the choice to not oppress an animal, I'll choose to not oppress one.
But she's concerned about her health.
Yeah.
Right? So she's concerned that maybe she goes vegan and then she will be deficient.
Is that
in
your
something.
concern? Is it your is the
Yeah,
health?
because they're still, I'm in a medical situation where they're still trying to figure things out and they don't know exactly what's going on. And, you know, simple clue, like if you're talking about your iron, I'm probably suffering from some sort of chronic iron deficiency. So, you know, where are you going to get it from? And it's really difficult, because when you go anywhere to buy food, you just have to be so into how the hell am I going to get everything that my body is supposed to be needing.
But the iron is one thing where you have to be careful where you get it anyway, because you can't eat a lot of red meat. You already know it's unhealthy, right? Red meat is unhealthy, and that's the only animal source of iron, red meat. So if you're already not consuming red meat, then you have to be careful where you're taking it anyway.
Yeah.
I would
He's
say
a
if you have,
certified
I'm a
nutritionist,
nutritionist, yeah.
by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like iron, if you're going to be taking iron-rich foods, if you take them with vitamin C and with a big break with any form of caffeine or tannins, like from green tea or stuff, right? So caffeine or green tea, if you avoid that, or take an hour break until you have the iron or metal-rich foods, and you take it with vitamin C, maybe some lemon, maybe some, I don't know, paprika, the absorption is going to be almost identical to heme iron. It's very high absorption.
But that sort of thing, you know, if you're just a regular Joe out here, I mean, it's difficult to know where to get that info and, you know, to get it in an accessible way.
We can help you with that.
Think,
Like
Even ChatGPT does a really good job at this. by the
ChatGPT
way.
is also
Okay.
pretty good.
You
Yeah,
can
true.
just like if I go on ChatGPT right now and I ask like, can you be healthy on a vegan diet? It'll say yes. On a well-planned vegan diet, you can be super healthy.
Okay.
But then there's that well-planned bit, right? Like you got to be a bit smart about it, right? But that's the thing, like, you know, if he asks you, do you think you should be vegan? Then like, do you think it's like, would it be good for you to say like, do that research a little bit?
I would
and
at least look into it, yeah.
And then be in a situation where you don't need to repress animals anymore for your food choices or for any other choices that you make. Wouldn't that be a preferable situation to be in?
Yeah, it would. But on the other hand, I do know I'm human, and I do know that I struggle with a thing that a lot of people have. I think that it's really easy to get stuck in your old patterns and change everything that's new, everything that comes with resistance. It's difficult. And with the things that I'm struggling with, I'm not always in a place to make that kind of choices.
Can I suggest also that that is because you're disconnected from the process?
Oh, absolutely. And it has to do with my gut and everything that I'm consuming. I know,
'Cause if you would go somewhere, you'd buy I don't know, some chicken meat, and the guy would have to kill the chicken right in front of you, you would probably go like, oh no, just give me the vegan option, right?
I'll have to warn you, I'm one of the loops that does, yeah, I can handle that.
Or you can handle that.
Yeah.
Well, let me draw a hypothetical scenario then out there. You know how all these animals, we selectively bred them, right? Like, you know, the chickens, the pigs, the cows, they're so genetically similar. Because we selectively bred them, we keep them in these places. They don't really have, they don't have a lot of large gene mutations because they're kind of from the same pool always, right? Even when they breed amongst the same each other, right? So they're, the genes are very similar. So if a virus comes that decimates through one, it will decimate through all of them because the immunity will be oddly similar to all because of this similarity in genetics. So if there's a virus that kills off all the animals that we normally farm, the chickens, the cows, the pigs, the sheep, the goats, all of them, and farmers start saying, well, let's farm cats from now on. What would you do? Would you pay for cats to be killed and eat them, or would you stop?
I think I would ideally work towards the part where I would only eat certain things if it's really necessary, if it's really an act of survival.
Well, you could still always adopt a plant-based diet, right? Like you could always still have that option as a plant-based diet. But would you, in that moment, would you say, I'll take it step by step, I'll kill some cats along the way, eat some cats, or I'll stop right away? I'll be human. I know I'll be fall into my old habits, so I'll buy maybe some cats from time to time to kill. Like, what would your attitude be in that situation?
The thing is, my brain is going like, I'm looking for an alternate, not cats.
Yeah.
But of course, it's also a cultural thing. I mean, if you go to India and you talk about cows.
Well, the reason why I ask this is because you see, the way you treat cats is the way you should treat all animals. That's the reality, right? Because animals should be treated nicely, not because of our feelings towards them, but because they are individuals of their own, who have their own personality, feelings. That's why we started that way. So we should treat them nicely in that manner. So there really is no difference from the experience of a cow to the experience of a cow. Sorry, from the experience of a cow to the experience of a cat to the experience of a dog, right? I mean, sure, there's differences, like there's differences between our experiences of life, right, amongst each other, but none of those differences would justify just killing them for something we don't need, right? So if
But that's just it. We don't need it.
Yeah. So
and that's what I was talking about earlier when I was talking about overconsumption.
But that's consumption alone, right?
Yeah, but also when it comes to everything animal, I mean, every piece of meat that you can get, also leather products, stuff like that. I think, and I'm not sure, like I said, I haven't really been into this really deep, and the thing that I've always been working towards is like, you only go that far if you're going into the animals, if it's really necessary.
Yeah.
And
Completely agree, yeah.
But 99% of it is not
I don't
necessary.
think it is. No, I don't think it is.
Yeah, you don't think it is necessary.
No, but I think it's very accustomed to us.
Yeah, but is that a good
We're so
reason
much
to
used
continue?
to it.
Yeah.
No, definitely
Let's say
not.
we were accustomed to having slaves.
No.
we were
I
accustomed
mean,
to,
I'm
you know-
Dutch. I get the heebie-jeebies with the. It's our tradition.
But why don't you get the heebie-jeebies when it comes about animals? Because you seem a compassionate person. You say the right things, but then when it's about animals, then but I'm used to it. I'm 40.
Yeah, you fall back a little bit. You give yourself some room to oppress some animals.
You know, it's not like you go like, oh, this is wrong. We shouldn't be killing cows unnecessarily. We shouldn't be killing pigs unnecessarily. We shouldn't be giving them shitty lives. Not in a factory farm, not in any farm. This is wrong. I wouldn't do this to my cats. Why would I do it to these animals? And yet, when the moment comes when we ask you like, okay, do you think you should be vegan? Then all of a sudden it's like, nah.
No, it's not like I'm saying because I'm still in that process.
Yeah.
And when I'm in a process, it's a liminal space, and I never know where I'm going to end up.
But how many more animals should be exploited, killed, abused, treated like objects, essentially? Because, like, you could argue, you could say, well, on a nice farm, they're not abused. I would still think that killing is a form of abuse. But we could not deny that they are exploited, right? Like, regardless of the farm. So how many more animals should be exploited for you further until you actually
Preferably
choose?
no more.
Preferably no more.
But that's
yeah.
not just up to me.
I mean, you are making the choices, right?
Why is it
Yeah,
not up to
but
you?
of course you need to have a lot of people making those choices.
No, but for you
Those
specifically.
Are here. I mean, we're in the Netherlands.
So just to be clear, like some animals are specifically exploited for you, for your choices, right? Like obviously every single one of us, if we're not vegan, we're walking around with a number of animals that are exploited specifically for us. And obviously there probably are some animals that are common to all of us, but I don't like to talk about that so much because that's so hard to imagine. So that's why I just say, let's focus on the number that's specifically to us, right? And if you're in that situation and you can make different choices, what would be the number that you want to walk around with? How many animals should be exploited for you?
I would hope that every day that I'm walking around, I can get it less and less until I'm down to 0.
Would you apply the same thing if it were cats?
All animals.
All animals. So even if right now there's on the news of the supermarket, big controversy, we've actually been farming cats, you would still say the same thing. You would still say, it's okay, next day I'll do the same thing, just a little bit less.
I'll just go listen. Yeah, because I know myself well enough to know that if I'm gonna do this, I have to do it because I'm inside. You know, I can't think of the right English words for it now. Intrinsic motivation, I think.
right.
But
Yeah.
it has to come from me. And right now, I'm not in a good place. So I know if I want to make that kind of choices and I want to make them last, I have to do it gradually. I have to. For me, it always starts with a process in my head, knowing enough about it to get a picture of where I want to go, which way, which direction, and then going there slowly, small
But what
steps.
about the animals? Like small steps means some animals will get exploited, and they surely if you were in their shoes, you wouldn't want your experience of life that one time that you do it once a month. Let's say you end up only consuming animal products once a month. You would that one animal
first
still
of all,
gets
I don't
exploited,
eat meat
right?
on a daily basis.
No, but I mean,
I-
like even once a month. How can we justify making the choice to oppress an animal that once a month when
I
we
think
have
that's
the
for every
option not
person
to?
for themselves.
Well, how can you justify it then?
How can I justify it? Because I know I'm working on getting better. And I do know that in the past years, I've also been reflecting on myself and knowing that in the past, I've been a person and I've made decisions that I'm not proud of as I am today. But I do know that at that time, I didn't know better and I was working on it.
But just to be clear, because what I'm understanding is this isolation. I'm not trying to push. I want to be
no,
clear.
go ahead.
So there's obviously the future you. You're right. Focus on the future you. Focus on how much further you got. That's amazing. But in this moment right now, you're making a choice between oppressing and not oppressing an animal, and you're choosing to oppress an animal. How can we justify that? Can that be justified?
Because I know my process, yes.
So you're saying it can be justified because I will choose to oppress one animal. Like if you can look an animal in the eye and say that's okay for me to
If
kill
I'm
you.
doing better than I did yesterday, if I'm doing better than I did 20 years ago, yes.
Okay,
Because
so
it's
how
not
long is
just-
this, I just want to understand the process bit.
Yeah.
And how long do you think that process will take you to? You said that you want to go to 0, right? But
I
like
can't
now-
say because if I can go to 0 and it works out for me, I have to see what it does to my body and to my health.
Yeah.
Well, what about the animals? I
So
just
what
like.
do you want it to be like? Do you want it to be like weeks or months or years?
Preferably, I would go like cold turkey and bam, but I know that that's
Right.
not going to work. That's
For
just
you,
it.
yeah, you might fall back because of old
Yeah.
habits and so on, right?
But how do you
So
change
what
a
would-
habit? Don't you change it all at once? That's the sure
No,
way
not
to
for
change
me.
a habit.
I do small steps at a time. I'm not a cold turkey kind of person.
So what could you do to motivate yourself to make this change?
Be more aware,
Yeah.
like you guys are doing right now. So I
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
thank you for that. Respect. I mean, I know you're probably not going to be
I don't like
too
it.
happy with my
I'll be
choices
honest
right
with
now.
you.
Yeah.
I don't like it because if somebody would tell me right now that, hey, I'm only gonna kill you and your family, but then I'll stop because I'll take it step by step, and you're just the next in line.
Yeah, I
I'll
know,
be
but-
like, you know what?
I'm I
sorry.
understand you a little
Yeah.
bit.
I'll be like, I'm sorry. I don't care. Please stop. Whatever difficulty you think you may have,
understand, yeah,
it
yeah.
compares nothing
Yeah,
to
but
me
that's
going
just
to
it.
kill.
We don't have to always be on the same line, but I do
Like the
agree
perspective,
partly
the perspective,
with you, and
the
I
per-
do
so much
understand
deep-
what you're saying.
So
It's
much
not my
more
perspective, it's the
difficult for
animals. The
right?
animals, yeah.
Like we don't really like we the perspective is really wrong here because
Mm-hmm.
when you look at your life and the difficulties that you have, those completely are don't outweigh the difficulties that these animals have. Like whenever you pay for like meat or any kind of animal product like that, these animals they have it so much worse. So that's why I know that he's not you're not gonna get
Yeah,
on the
I
same
know.
page. But I do
No,
understand
but that's
your,
okay.
your
Let's agree to
process,
disagree.
yeah.
But whatever
But can
comes
I-
out of this conversation, I learned a lot.
Can I suggest
I have something to
though?
think about. Yeah.
So he's going to give you a card, and there's a documentary on there. It's called Dominion.
Okay.
Watch
I am
that
gonna watch it,
documentary.
yeah.
That documentary, I'll tell you up front, it's hard to watch. But
I've seen a lot already, so.
right. So but understand that watch that and understand that while you're watching that this is what I'm paying for. Right?
including on
As
small
long as
farms.
I'm paying for these animal products, this is what I'm supporting.
Yeah.
Right? When you see this cow hanging upside down and getting its throat slit, then you have to understand, when I go into the shop and give somebody money for this,
That's what I'm paying for.
that's what
Yeah.
I'm paying for, right? And
I
that's-
understand.
Do that. And then if that doesn't motivate you, then I don't know where.
You know, I do think it is a motivation, but what I do want to put into this conversation, a lot of people are struggling with so many things at the same time. There's wars going on, there's personal shit going on.
Fair enough.
Me, for myself, between my own health issues and the fact that my son has some issues as well, and we've been in that situation now for
You might actually.
approximately 10 years, and help, even though they say that here in the Netherlands there's a lot of help to be found if it comes to healthcare. We've been let down so many times. I'm sorry, I don't know if it's okay to tell this on here. I'll give a little trigger warning. I've been suicidal myself a couple of times.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear
Then
that.
this kind of thing
I'm
is
sorry to
not
hear
a
that.
priority.
So let me just tell you, maybe this will help you out. Challenge 22, if you subscribe to it, you put your name and your email. They literally hook you up with a dietitian. They send you recipes every day. They help
that's
you
a good
go
one.
vegan with
Yeah.
every single concern you have health-wise, and it's free access. So it's something that you don't get a lot of. I get that, and I'm sorry you're going through all this. I hope you understand. We're just here to fight for the
No, but
animals.
this is what
right?
I'm trying to say. You know,
Yeah.
I really,
It's
I
under-
get your
I
point, and
understand
I really
your-
want to
your
support it. But
perspective
there's
also, but-
just this is one little piece of so many things that are going on in people's lives right now.
You might also find like how you walk for. Well, can you explain the cause again? Maybe it's also nice for the people.
I'm walking for No Guts, No Glory, and this week is an action we call Radio on Tour, and it's a cause to grant musical wishes for people who have to deal with cancer.
So it's a beautiful cause that you're fighting for. I would say, you know, the way when I became vegan, I did it also as a cause the same way, right? It's any difficulty that we have, because it's difficult to walk this much. It's not an easy thing to do, right? You choose to do this even though it's difficult. You choose to do the right thing even though it's
Yeah.
difficult.
And it energizes you because
And
you're
it
doing it for a
energizes
good
you.
cause, right?
Yeah.
See it that way more
See
than
it
anything.
that way, right?
Yeah.
Be proud to be vegan, you know?
Yeah.
Be outspoken about it. You know, look at that documentary that he will give you,
Yeah.
and then
Oh, I
just
gave it.
go-
Yeah, I've got the card, I've got the card.
that he gave you already.
Yeah.
Look at that documentary and let it inspire you to do good by the animals, you know, and then be proud of it. You know, speak up. You know, make it known that you are now vegan. You know. At least I can speak for myself, but I also know that many other people, they found it to be, like inspirational. Actually, it's like
I do have
okay,
friends
you
who
know.
are vegan. I've been cooking
Yeah.
vegan, and the last time with my birthday, my friend came over and I was making everything vegan for her. So
Cool.
I do, you know, I'm getting
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
It's
Great.
what I've been saying all along. It's a
Yeah,
process. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Cool. Nice
We'll
to
make
meet
some
Thank you for
steps.
stopping.
Thank you very
good
much,
Luck,
yeah.
and good luck with your
Keep
cause,
it up
okay?
and good luck with everything.
Thank you.
Okay, have a
a
great
good
day.
one. Cheers.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
I need to change the battery.
Hello.
Yeah, what are you guys up to?
We're having conversations about animals. You want to have a conversation? Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Are you okay being live on YouTube?
Yeah, that's great.
Give me
You
one,
have,
give me
a
one
lot of
second to
access
change the
around
battery.
on your wrist
I
or
do,
your
yeah.
arm. Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
It's just kind of
Too many for Amsterdam.
I know. I was gonna say it kind of looks like it. There's too many.
Yeah.
You want to come here so that you're in view?
Gotta look at the time for a second. One
Yeah,
second.
yeah, you're okay.
What's your name?
Zach.
I'm Chip. Nice to meet you, Zach. How old are you, Zach, by the way?
I'm 21.
21. Okay, you look very young.
Where
Yeah.
are you from?
I'm from the States.
All right.
Yeah.
Where in the U.S.?
I'm in Allentown. It's about an hour northwest of Philly.
Philly. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, we met already some people from the States.
I think we've only spoke to Americans today, huh?
No.
We also had some.
We're nosy. We're nosy and we're talkative. So if something like this is going on, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I like that.
First,
That's
first
good.
talk also. Remember
Yeah.
that moment? Yeah. So we're animal rights activists.
Okay.
So we speak up for animals. What do you think about animals?
I mean, they're wonderful. I don't know. I think they're not capable of being very malicious like people can be.
Yeah. Can you name some good qualities about animals?
Oh goodness. They're really good at teaching us how to respect the world around us.
Right.
They have natural processes that we often kind of, I don't know, like stray away from.
Yeah.
And then we mess everything up.
Yeah.
But I feel like we can learn a lot from them. I mean, I'm a martial artist too.
Oh, nice.
And like Kung Fu has animal styles.
Oh,
because
yeah.
there are certain attributes of animals that they do best. Certain like strengths, you know?
Yeah, like crane. Yeah. Crane
Yeah.
bird. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I mean the woman that we spoke before, she talked about animals being, just kind of pure and more grounded and
Yeah.
in their environment, while we're more heady, thinking about past and future all the time.
I think that's what it is, being able to be in the moment.
Yeah.
more. People are not in the moment. We do a lot of things in anticipation, kind of, and it stinks. It makes you miserable.
Have you heard this argument that maybe animals, when they suffer, they suffer more than humans because humans, they might just kind of think about it in more in context, like, oh, this is going
They
to
can
be over.
deflect.
They know what's going on. They know what the process is going to be, etc. They kind of escape from it a little bit. Whereas animals, they're just so in the moment, they're just suffering. Have you heard this argument before that animals may suffer more than humans?
I haven't, but it makes sense. I mean, we also have. I think we're better at articulating the things we want to say.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
animals can communicate to an extent, but I don't know. That's why therapy exists. You can go and talk about your problems to
Also
somebody.
that, yeah. Like,
right? Like
when it
animals
comes to-
don't have that.
When it comes to mental issues, yeah, like animals, a lot of the times they suffer from them and they can't deal with them because of nobody to talk to, really.
Yeah, I mean, people with mental health issues sometimes have pets as sort of a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
And then you see, like, I see that with birds a lot, and birds will pick out their own feathers. I'm sure you guys know. Like,
Yeah.
that's it's really sad.
Yeah, we know these cases. Yeah. So, do you think that we should be unnecessarily hurting or killing animals?
No, I think it should be the opposite.
Yeah.
I think we should be trying to find a way to shift. I mean, hey, like I'm not a vegan.
Yeah.
I love eating meat, but
All right.
I think that we need to shift more towards plant-based food because it's
Yeah.
more sustainable for us. And then also, like, that's better treatment. You know what I mean?
Do you think that because the way you raise it, like I'm not a vegan, I eat meat, but you think we should be moving towards plant-based? Do you think that there's a contradiction there when you say that I eat meat, and at the same time you're saying we shouldn't be unnecessarily hurting or killing animals?
There's absolutely some contradiction there.
Yeah.
I think it's the way that I look at it is cutting back on meat as opposed to cutting it out.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I'm sure you guys too are well
Does
aware.
that solve the contradiction if you cut back on meat instead of cutting it out?
In a way, no. It's
Yeah.
a lot of it's dependent on the way that they're getting it. You
Yeah.
know, the way that they're getting the meat.
Well, if
How-
you get meat, an animal needs to get killed,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So
There are humane ways, but you're still taking a life.
yeah, even if it's done in the best possible way, right?
Yeah.
It's unnecessary. Would you agree? Because there you can just be vegan and you can be plant-based.
Yeah, I think eating meat is a luxury that a lot
Yeah.
of people, including myself, take for granted a lot of the
It's
time.
a
you
weird
know?
luxury, right?
Yes,
Like, because we
yes.
derive that luxury from hurting animals.
Yes, if we did that with people, that would be insane.
Yeah, exactly. yeah.
So imagine that you're faced with this choice. One harms an animal, one doesn't. And you're faced with this choice in front of you. What would justify you choosing to harm the animal?
I mean, if we're assuming that I have plants to eat, then there's not really a good reason.
There's not really a good reason.
It's a living thing.
Do you think that at every single point in your life, when you choose to buy an animal, when you choose to buy food, for example, you might actually have another choice?
Yes, I think the challenge is sometimes those alternatives can be expensive,
Yeah.
but it's kind of an excuse. Like, yes, you can choose other
Yeah,
things.
because it's not always that they're expensive. I think like alternatives are expensive maybe if you go into restaurants and stuff.
Ah, yes.
But like supermarkets or stuff,
Tofu is cheap.
Tofu's cheap.
I've been buying tofu a lot,
Tofu's
making hot pot
delicious.
at home. It's so yummy.
Oh fuck yeah, I love that.
we meet a lot of more people who are on plant-based diet or vegan just because it's cheaper, actually.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah. We,
So there's tricks to it, you know.
I'm assuming the same way that like people who get meat all the time, they know what cuts of meat to get that are cheap.
Yeah.
Works the same way with being vegan.
But like there's tricks that no meat eater could ever, solve. Like for example, like I buy these 5 kilo bags of TVP. It's called textured vegetable protein.
Okay.
It's little chunks of granules, actually, of dried soy.
Oh.
It's like 50% protein, so
you
more
come a little bit
protein
closer?
than,
Yeah, of course.
than you'd find in a steak, And it costs like next to nothing. Like
Wow.
a big bag like that, and I will eat 2 years from that.
4 times cheaper than the cheapest meat everywhere.
Yeah, and it's a very good meat replacement. Like if I like a pasta with bolognese, but you put that in, and it just, it has exactly that quality.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's cheaper, it's healthier, it's really a lot cheaper.
And we have studies actually showing
And
that
no
in,
animal gets hurt.
yeah, we have studies showing that in Western Europe, Australia, US, essentially the previously colonized countries, however you want to call it, and Western Europe, It's up to 30% cheaper to be on a plant-based diet. So
Yeah, in the UK they did a study. It was 30% cheaper.
yeah.
I mean, I'm a biologist, and I know firsthand that the way the food chain works, every bit of protein that we get starts from plants.
Yeah.
Like,
There you go.
you're right. You can't really argue much
Thank
more
you.
than that.
Thank you.
Finally.
Finally, someone
We're
who's
always
smart.
so happy when we meet people who are scientifically minded or
Yeah,
actually are
yeah.
scientists, because there's so many myths about this, right?
Yeah.
And as a biologist, you know that there is these tropic levels,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So, and the higher we go into the food chain and we eat, the more expensive it becomes in kind of energy demands, right? Because
Yes.
for every calorie that we put in an animal, we're not going to get 1 calorie back. I think it's like for every protein that we give to a cow, we get
20%.
20,
It's
something like that.
the actual, I think like the rough estimate is like you lose it by a magnitude each time, so you
Yeah.
lose 10% of every
Something
bit of
like that,
energy.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
ridiculous, yeah. So, you know, like I like this idea that you said you want to reduce, you want to go further in that direction, but, you know, we tend to think of animals as a clump, like kind of how we think about the environment, right? We
Yes.
think, oh, it's an injustice. If we do less, we're getting better at it. And the problem is that behind every one of these choices, there's individuals. And every time we choose to buy a product like this, we choose to demand the exploitation of an individual. Do you think that any of those times, knowing that we have another option, we can justify that demand of exploitation of an individual?
I think, much like with like fossil fuels, there are alternative ways to go about these things. It just is unfortunate when people that want money are in control,
Yeah.
right? But I think on an individual level, you can always make a difference. So I can make that choice for myself, even if other people can't, you know, like I can't affect them and I can't make them make the choice.
But what I want to say to this point, and you're right about that, and I like it. What I want to emphasize is this idea that, you know, choices that, because when it comes to the environment, you can't say if I eat one time meat, it won't really matter for the environment. And the reality is, it may not even matter that much for the environment, right? Like there's just such a big complex thing that it might be offset by one thing or another. But when it comes to the individuals on their side, if you choose to buy meat, you are demanding the exploitation of an individual. You are violating their rights, right? So what I'm trying to say is that every choice matters when it comes to animal
I
rights.
understand.
Whereas every other injustice is a little bit like, you can be a little bit more lenient towards it. That's why we're vegan, because we understand this. Do you think you should be vegan also, maybe?
Yeah, I get it. I mean, it's kind of the same way with like voting in the U.S. Like your choice to not vote is so impactful, even if it's, oh, I'm just one person. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. But so many people do that, and then you lose out on being able to get something good for your country. So I understand what you're saying, and it definitely, you need to make that choice for yourself, and I've been trying to do it. It's really hard. I'm a martial artist. I should have more discipline.
Well, where are you having difficulty? Like, what's your difficulty with?
I think it's just,
Have you ever actually tried like going vegan?
I have had like vegan dishes. I have not actually set time aside
So
to
no,
not eat
no.
meat. So no.
Okay.
So
I
what?
think you would be surprised how easy it actually
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
It just
Most
sounds.
people say this.
Yeah, it's like a change, right? Any form of change that we have in our mind, we make a bigger deal out of it because it seems like a change. But the reality is, 1 week of adjustment, then it's monumentally easier, and after a month, it's the same as it was before.
Took me about a month to get
Yeah,
used
a
to
month,
it.
same.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
almost everyone, it takes a month, right? The first week is the hardest because you kind of like, what the hell do I
what?
do?
You know,
That's true. That's true. Because
But
then
then
you're
it's
thinking
the-
of like, I need a protein.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
then
it's-
you find it. You know,
But
you
after
easily
a
find
month, everything is your life is exactly the same. The only difference is you're no longer oppressing animals.
it. It's exactly as hard for me to now be vegan as it is for me to not smoke.
I see.
Yeah. It's not hard at all. Like, I don't think about it. He doesn't think
Did you used
about
to
it.
smoke?
No.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I didn't have that concept.
I smoked
Yeah.
weed though, like
Yeah,
I
weed
stopped
also,
smoking.
same,
no,
yeah,
now
yeah,
it's not,
yeah.
it's not
Well,
hard
we're in
for me.
Amsterdam. That's kind
that's-
of par for
I
the
did
course
smoke some
sometimes.
weed, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's just a thing that you get used to, right? But like, do you think that you should get used to it? Like, like, because he made a point about like there's a big difference between fossil fuels and individuals, right? Like you can maybe offset fossil fuels. Like you can say like, okay, I'm going to go flying, but because I did that, I'm now not going to drive.
It's also so difficult to
Injection
calculate.
car. I'm gonna
with that
drive
one.
electric car. Or I'm gonna, I don't know, plant a tree or whatever. You know, you can kind of offset that. But when you violate the rights of an individual, and cows and pigs and chickens, they are individuals.
Yeah, there's
take
no
it back.
offset. You can't take it
cannot
back.
Offset
Yeah.
it. You
Yeah.
cannot say like, oh, I killed this cow, but now I'm going to help this grandma across the street.
It doesn't work the same
Doesn't
way.
It
work
doesn't work that way, no.
A favor and a life are two very different
Right.
things.
You can't
Yeah.
also it's like people say like, oh, I'm gonna cut down on meat, and it's like, yeah, but you're still hurting individuals while you're doing it. So that is why we advocate for veganism, because veganism just means that you're going to minimize as much as possible any kind of animal products that are in your life. And for most of us, that means that we're going to cut them out completely.
Yeah.
Of course, if you have some medicine and they're life-saving medicine, you need them, and there is a little bit of animal product in it, you can have them and still be vegan. If that is the only medicine that you can get, that's fine.
Well, and
we're
that's a
not
different
asking
that's
you
a different
to
case
go
because that's
vegan.
unnecessary.
Yeah,
right?
it becomes gray there, right?
Yes,
Like you
yes.
have to because I know somebody who chose not to do, the
I know
person.
somebody who died. For,
Yeah, because they chose not to take cancer treatment.
yeah.
I
wow.
personally wouldn't
I
do it.
probably would have taken.
Yeah, I would have taken the treatment also,
I'm
but
not a saint.
Well, and
Yeah.
it's hard to say, it's hard to
Yeah.
put yourself in a situation like that before
Yeah.
you're there.
Yeah.
I think it always comes down to every individual can control themselves, and with that, they can help spark some change. You guys are definitely making me think about trying to. I'm only here till Friday. You guys are making me think about trying to not eat meat until Friday and see how I do.
yeah, it's amazing.
Here in Amsterdam,
That's amazing.
Amsterdam is a place to open your mind.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So-
It is. It is.
This is actually a map of fully
hell
vegan
yeah.
restaurants in Amsterdam.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I recommend vegan sushi bar.
Oh, sushi.
Great.
I love
Vegan sushi
Asian
bar.
food.
But obviously these are restaurants. They're not going to be the cheapest,
if you
right?
like
you can find in
Asian
Albert Heijn
food,
also.
there
I mean,
is
I'm
a-
here traveling. I know I'm gonna spend money
Okay.
on food. You're all
Okay,
good.
okay.
Kitchen Impossible here, that one.
Ooh, ramen.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
Oh,
They've
but the
got
ramen
amazing
sounds so
ramen
good.
there,
They've
yeah.
got one thick sauce ramen also.
They don't take reservations, and this place is wildly popular, so you've got to just wait in front of the door.
Yeah.
But you
Oh,
wait,
okay.
But you wait and you have a
I
chat
never
with some
waited,
people.
though. I
I
just-
waited a couple of times.
Oh, I
I
know.
mean, I smoke too, so you can like have a smoke while you wait. It's really not that big a
Fair
deal.
enough,
I
yeah.
silly
Do it.
question.
Yeah,
Where
it's
are
amazing.
we now?
Right now, we're on the
That's like center, right? That's
I
a
guess
center station.
lights
So
are
Yeah.
lying here somewhere.
okay.
yeah somewhere here.
Oh wait, no, we're fucking it up.
Yeah.
Sorry, no, we're here, kind of.
That's okay. I fully believed you. I was like, yeah, that looks right.
I think we're at this canal specifically.
That's right. I know that the flower market's up there. I'm
Yeah,
heading down
yeah.
there.
One of these canals.
There's an app here. It says here you install the free app called Happy Cow. It's made by animal rights activists like ourselves. It's totally free, and you just select vegan options there, and then boom, you get this entire map, and you can navigate it and so on.
Obviously, all the rest. There's almost every
It works
restaurant
everywhere.
has. Yeah, almost every restaurant has a vegan option. These are just the ones that are fully vegan.
I'm gonna be honest with you. This is really enticing too, because I just said I really like Asian food, and half of these are like ramen and sushi
Oh
and
yeah,
noodles.
yeah.
Oh,
Also the Soil Vegan Cafe has a lot of it's like a vegan fusion, and I don't know if you put this one here. A lot of like the.
I should have. If it's fully vegan, it should be there.
No, you didn't put it. Oh, Veganese, yeah, Asian fusion.
Veganese,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
so
Ooh.
good.
Yeah, I'll check some of
Asian
these places
fusion.
out.
Yeah. And let me give you a card also.
Yeah.
There's a thing here called the most important speech you'll ever hear. It appears when you scan this QR code as the second thing. Can you give that a watch?
yeah, absolutely.
I think you'll really enjoy that. Challenge 22, they hook you up with a dietitian, they send you recipes every day, they help you go vegan for free. It essentially says it takes 22 days to change a habit, that's why it's called Challenge 22.
Got it,
And they help you
okay.
for 22 days.
And you get a day free for extra day.
But let's just do this since I like that you said until Friday. Watch this at least until you watch this video that you only consume plant-based.
Okay.
Can you do that?
Yeah, I mean, your Instagram's here. I can
You
always
have
give
my
you an
Instagram and
Instagram
everything.
message, let you know how
Yeah.
it's doing.
Yeah,
It's easier
appreciate you,
than
man.
you think, yeah.
Hey.
Very awesome talk.
Yeah, it was
Nice
great
to have
meeting
a
with you
conversation
guys.
with you. Yeah, and I like that you're scientific focused. We're all scientifically focused.
Well,
also.
I full transparency, I did drop out of school to travel. Like
Fuck it, doesn't
recently,
matter.
But I have the knowledge in there.
That's what it means. Critically think. That's what
Yup.
we want. Critically think.
Hey,
Yeah.
thank you guys so much. Good luck.
Cheers.
Okay.
Have a
I'll
good
let
one.
you know how I
yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Bye.
Take care.
I guess you gotta go soon.
Yeah, at 3 o'clock I have a meeting.
Oh, so maybe one more conversation. Can you do one more or?
Yeah, I'm gonna go like 50. Yeah, in 1450 I'm gonna head out.
Vegan junk food bar. Yeah, that's also a good one.
It's nice. It's just like I always feel a little bit hesitant to promote junk food
Same.
when you're promoting veganism.
Oh, but they have this bowl over there, which they put sweet potatoes or regular potatoes, I forgot, on top, and then they put like these vegan cheese melt with vegan bacon and a lot of vegan mayo, and I'm like, oh fuck, that's so delicious. You eat a little bit of it, and it's just explosion of taste in your mouth, but it's so unhealthy. So
It's super unhealthy.
and the calories are through the
it's-
roof.
Yeah. And have you had the capsulon there?
I have not had the
Oh,
capsule.
yeah, that's also amazing. Yeah.
Hey Zeus.
But
Zeus
it's like
says
every
hello.
time I go there, I feel like my arteries clogging up. Like, it's
Marissa,
very tasty, but like it's honestly, it's not even food actually.
vegan sushi bar is my favorite, honestly, now.
My
I-
girlfriend loves the vegan sushi.
I love it.
That's her favorite. Yeah.
I don't like sushi, which is weird, but the vegan sushi bar is just there. It's so fresh. The sushi is so good and fresh, and the black rice is what gets me. The black rice.
I like the California Sunshine one or something like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's one with mushrooms. I know that's really really good. Yeah.
And to me, like Bloom actually. That's a really nice place. Like,
Are you allowed to eat pussy? Yeah, as long as it's consensual.
pussy
Yeah.
is vegan. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can definitely eat pussy.
Yeah. Like by you
Not
know.
pussy cats, but
Yeah.
pussy. Yeah.
Yeah. As long as it's consensual.
For sure.
Raw salmon is disgusting. Yeah, Marissa, even if you don't find it disgusting per se, right? Like even if somebody says, well, I don't mind raw salmon, that's okay. The problem isn't how you find the food. The problem is the individual that was behind, right? Like the problem is the exploitation, the slaughter, the abuse that this individual had to suffer. That's just the whole point. And I really like how you started this one with this. Animals can suffer more. That's a really good point, yeah.
Yeah, that was just the thing I was thinking about. Like, I thought I'd drop it on him and see how he feels about it. You know?
Yeah.
I'm not even sure how I feel about it. So that's why I'm kind of interested to see how people feel about it. But, like, it's very hard to... Like, I heard a podcast, the Disclosure podcast with Earthling Ed, and he had a professor who studies sentience, and he talked about it.
You two are really feminine.
Feminine.
That
okay.
sounds masculine. Is it masculine enough? I'm masculine. I'm a real man. A real man. I'm a man. Man.
We should hurt some innocent animals and feel really manly.
That's the only way to behave like a man.
Yeah.
That part for the shorts, yeah, we should make a short
I
out of
want
it.
to kill animals.
Cope in chat. Yeah, Linda, seems like it. I don't know if that girl wanted to speak to us, and then once she saw us do this,
no, we
she's like, oh,
We did the monkey
nope.
dance. Yeah.
Nope. When you don't even know what masculine is. Well, masculine is a social construct. It means absolutely nothing. In fact, masculine means different things in different places.
Yeah, it's totally cultural. Yeah.
It's a cultural thing. So
Actually,
masculine.
I was reading up on like the differences between brains of men and women, and really, you know, those differences aren't really there. I mean, anatomically, not really, and there's so much overlap. I mean, there's more overlap than there's differences. And these differences, they tend to go away also. Like, for example, men usually have bigger brains, but that is because they're bigger. You know?
Yeah.
And that doesn't correlate with intelligence also.
No.
So yeah, I mean these things, they are, most of them are constructs.
I was thinking today that all the best people that I know are women. Like honestly, like
I think women are the best. I mean, it's
Same.
always men who make wars. It's always men who are like in
I
these
freaking
chats
love
going
women,
like,
man.
"Oh,
Women
gay,
are
you're
awesome."
gay," and they're always the people making the problems. You know?
male
So,
guilt, not at all, bro.
Honestly,
I'm like
women are the best.
Yeah.
We should have more women in power.
100%. Like I'm genuinely telling you this. I don't know. Like I don't see myself as a man or a woman. I don't care that much. I don't follow any of these instructions. I obviously look very masculine and present masculine. I speak also kind of masculine way, but I genuinely think that most of the times I would rather always have a female doctor, a female pilot, like I always just like women more when I interact. Every single time I've just had better experiences, better better analytical skills I've always seen within women. Like I feel like men are always there's this ego for men, which I fucking hate. Like ego, and I somehow something within me, like even a lot of people in the chat get triggered by me. I don't know why. Like it's just something with my face or with how I look like that just gets men insecure about their ego or some shit.
Masculinity really sucks. I mean, I remember like growing up and then, learning that I shouldn't be crying if I get upset about something, because that's not what men do. And you start to repress your feelings and so on, But feelings are totally fine to have. So, and women, they just don't get that programming so much. And they tend to end up in a better spot. Like they have more emotional intelligence, if you ask me, most of the time.
Completely agree.
I identify as a man, but I'm totally proud of whatever feminine qualities I have.
100%.
Yeah, I mean, women are the best, honestly. Like, yeah, the thing that always just, like when you think about wars and all the kind of stupid shit that happened in history, that's men. Of course, men did great things as well, but like.
Oh God!
Yeah.
And the stupid people always say, "Well, women have their period once a month. They're so emotional. Men are emotional 24/7." You gonna have a conversation? Yeah.
Yeah, you want to go and talk?
I like you should. Old school.
Yeah, old school, huh?
Don't feel session.
Yeah, you had one?
Huh?
You had one when you grew up?
I have 1,000 maar not Atari.
Atari, huh?
Atari.
Yeah.
2600?
Yes.
Atari is also a good one. Yeah.
Hey.
Go. Have a nice day.
Have a good one.
Good job cleaning, huh? Yeah, so many people have good memories to Commodore 64.
It's a nice T-shirt, bro. It's a nice T-shirt.
Yeah,
I like.
a friend of mine gave it to me. He's really into it. Actually, I played Commodore 64 with him yesterday. Like, it's pretty cool. Like he had a game made in 2025. Like people are still making games for the Commodore 64, and it was a fucking nice game. Like I actually wanted to go home. It was like 10 o'clock. It's my bedtime. Tomorrow my daughter's gonna wake up at 6 o'clock. I need to go home. But I ended up playing this game with him for 2 hours.
I'm
because it was
eating
so
the best
addictive.
pancakes in the world. Well, you can easily make pancakes vegan. In fact, I
Vegan
think
pancakes are awesome.
I've been eating vegan pancakes since before being vegan, long before. Because there's just no reason why you shouldn't make the pancakes vegan.
I was so surprised when I had vegan pancakes. I totally expected them to suck, actually. But when you make them properly, and that means like, I mean, usually you put eggs and milk, right? So you should put like an egg replacement and a milk replacement. If you don't do that, it's gonna fucking suck and be very dry and boring. But like I remember the first time I had vegan pancakes, my friend, she used I think she used a bit of banana as an egg replacement, and she used some really nice soy milk, some of that All-Pro, like the good one. And it was amazing, and they are amazing. So there's really no point to abusing animals for pancakes.
Why
Like,
not?
what a
Not
bad
eat
reason.
eggs? Why not eat eggs? Well, because there's a couple of things about eggs. First of all, the only individuals who produce eggs are females, right? They're only the females produce eggs. So the male chickens, they get macerated up alive on their first day of life. They get blended up alive is the most common, or they get put in a gas chamber or asphyxiated to death in some way.
Yeah, they just put them in a bag and then they just tie the bag.
Yeah,
and
they
just wait for the bag to stop.
Like some get crushed to death because they have their brothers and sisters on top of them, and some asphyxiate to death. Like imagine the horribleness of that.
Yeah, like even just watching these male chicks dropping into a blender, it's a fucking horror show.
Do you know Amiga?
Of course I know Amiga. That's even the better computer, actually.
The minute that the chickens their egg production declines, they get killed. They were selectively bred to lay an egg every single day. Some of them were selectively bred to lay these big eggs, which is extremely detrimental. They take so much calcium and minerals out of their system that their whole day is spent trying to find nutrition to deplete, to replenish that. Like, it's so fucking cruel. Like, everything we do to animals is cruel. Even the fact that we bring them into existence as they are today is cruel, because the chickens that lay 300 eggs per year, that's a cruel existence, man. It's a cruel existence to have to like it's. I don't think it's nice. I don't think it's. We should be doing that. It's like bringing into existence intellectually challenged human beings for our own use. That's what it is. And we like and they would also be in a way where they would suffer. They would be on their period every day.
Yeah.
Oh, imagine being on your period your whole life.
I mean, we've selectively bred them into two categories. You have the meat, the broiler chickens, those are made for meat.
Yeah.
And then you have the egg-laying chickens. And the egg-laying chickens, they lay 300 eggs a year. And the broiler chickens, they grow in 7 weeks up to a weight that just doesn't fit their age whatsoever. Like, it's insane if you put it next to a wild chicken, like how big they grow in 7 weeks. They can hardly support their own weight. And if you would rescue one of these chickens, they're not gonna live beyond a year, you know?
Yeah, a
While
year or
wild
two,
chickens, they can live up to 15 years. And so, and also all the egg-laying chickens, they're gonna be sent to the slaughterhouse because once the egg production declines, there's no economic value to them anymore, and they're only seen as products.
And local farms are the same, by the way. I see somebody saying buy from local farms.
No.
Every farm is local to somewhere, first of all. So local doesn't mean anything. Literally every small, large, I think you mean buy from a small farm because you think that somehow is better. No, small farms buy their chickens from the same hatchery. That hatchery still kills the males. Even if a small farm, let's say, gives them a good life, quote unquote. I've been on a small farm. I've been on a biological, small, family-owned farm. We had to get 2 chickens, and when the farmer, because when their egg production declines, as I said, they kill them, even on small farms. So I went with an organization that we would buy the chickens and we would try to give them a good life in a sanctuary. So we went there to buy 2 chickens so that they wouldn't kill them. Instead, they would give them to us and we would give them sanctuaries. And what they did to them is they hang them out by their feet, they hang them to us, and what else they did that? They broke their legs.
Oh my God.
Like, it's fucking insane, man.
horrible,
Yeah, like they were having freedom for the same time in their life. They were about to get freedom and this asshole breaks their legs.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
you
And
know.
they know that's very big possibility
Yeah.
because this happens all the time. Like I've read about like pickers who go into a barn where they have like 30,000 chickens walking around and they get like 3 hours to clear that, and they're grabbing so many, like, you know, even 5 chickens in one hand, grabbing them, and they can just feel the bones breaking in their hands because these chickens, they're calcium depleted, you know. Because what's the economic value of giving them calcium? Like, what does a farmer care whether they break their legs as long as they make it to the slaughterhouse? You know?
Everything is a psyop. Again, all farms do the same thing to animals. All of them. All of them see animals as objects. All of them see animals as a resource. And the minute that they can no longer use them, the minute that the animal is in the way, they will make sure that the animal is no longer in the way. In fact, a study done on 3,600 dairy farms in Germany showed that the animal welfare index is slightly better on the bigger farms, because on the small farms, when the farmer is frustrated, they might kick the animals, because the animal, you know, they have their own way, they have their own will. Hey, I don't want to go into the fucking barn right now. I want to sit outside for a bit. And if the farmer says, no, you have to go into the fucking barn, the farmer might kick them a little bit. Whereas on the big farm, no, they have procedures in place. Oh, you don't want to go in the barn right now? That's okay. We know how to deal with this without harming you. That's the thing about it, isn't it? So
This local farm myth is such a, it's so persistent. And it's so stupid, you know. Like,
It is,
what does
yeah.
it matter whether it's local or not? It's just, it's always local to some. Like every barn is local to somewhere, you know. Like it doesn't matter at all. And it's just not economically viable for them to even give them long, happy lives, you know. Like if an egg-laying chick after 2 years or 3 years, at some point the egg production is going to decline, and at some point no eggs are going to come forth anymore. And the farmer would, if they would keep them until their death, if they really would live up to 10, 15 years,
yeah.
then they're just going to be spending money on them. And that's not what they're there for. I mean, farmers already have it hard enough to even make money without all that bullshit. Right?
Yeah, they have a very small margin of profit.
Even if they don't get the subsidies, I mean, at least here in the Netherlands, it's the fact, but I think it's pretty universal right now. It's like, if farmers don't get subsidies, they can't even make a profit.
No,
So
it's very difficult.
They are under very, very a lot of pressure to make money.
Do you know IQ vegan idiots took too much of my time watching them buy, morons? Well, thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for getting clickbaited into this channel.
Oh,
Bye-bye.
it's so funny when they get so upset over that.
High IQ.
Yeah.
That got it. Like high IQ and vegan, that can't be in a sentence.
Uh,
How dare they?
yeah.
Arrogant bastards.
Of course, because you know what? If you have a high IQ, which is, I think, the one thing about IQ you can say is that it somehow tries to test without your knowledge. But let's just imagine that you do the intelligence test that's about knowledge, about your reasoning skills, about mathematics, and you do all this, and then you become vegan. Do you think all of a sudden you lose all that? What the fuck is that motivation? Of course, doesn't matter. Like even you, like, I'm only saying this, like, even if you think that by being vegan you cannot somehow accumulate this information, if you accumulate it once, it still stays with you, you know?
I did see a study once, actually. I'm hard pressed if you ask me to show you where I found it. I could probably, like, if you go on Google, probably find it. So there's a study out there that tested how much vegans, vegetarians, and omnivores, or like meat eaters, know about the practices in farming, actually, animal agriculture. And of course, the vegans knew most, vegetarians knew more, and the ones just happily eating, blindly eating all the products, knew least. And that's also my experience, you know. Like, you talk to any vegan, and they'll be able to tell you exactly, you know, what happens to egg-laying chickens and why you shouldn't be buying eggs. You know, like, so many people here on the street don't know that male chicks are being ground up alive for pretty much every egg that you buy in the store.
I actually spoke to a person who had a small farm here in the Netherlands, and he was walking with his son, and when we talked about this, his son is like, no, there's no way that happens. And his dad was like, no, that's what we do.
That's fucked up.
And his son was
the
like,
son
his son
was
was like, exactly, oh, that's fucked up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because that's what they, yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
anyway, everyone.
Remember Tim, actually?
Yeah.
His uncle is a pig farmer, and he gave him a tour once when he was like 7 years old. And little Tim asked his uncle, do they ever go outside? And his uncle slapped him on the shoulder and said, ha ha ha, yeah, when they get sent to the slaughterhouse. And that's actually the moment Tim became an activist, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing that set him on the path. I mean, he's completely dedicated to the animal rights cause now, actually.
Yeah, is it, I already answered about eggs. Look back and you just scroll back. You can scroll back and listen to the conversation.
I need to go.
Yeah, also, so I want to give a shout out to Draculum for being the first to comment. I want to give a shout out to Linda for being the first to find the number. I don't know who was the first to chat, but just in case, shout out to everyone.
But I remember Future Boy.
Thank you, Marcos. Thank you, Future Boy, for being here. Thank you, everybody. Marcos, W's in the chat. W's for Marcos. Thank you so much, Marcos. And thank you for everyone to support the channel and all this. It helps out.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, I'll do outreach tomorrow also. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. I don't know. Like I don't know. I kind of wanna surprise when I end because Draculum will just win instantly. So when exactly